I don't know if you guys want to give a statement together, or what do you guys want to do? There's two of you, Darius and Villain, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys want to give a statement together, or do you have one statement to give? Who wants to give the statement?
I think we're pretty on the same page, aren't we?
Okay, cool. So either one of you is fine with giving the statement?
There's no evidence to start with, by the way.
Yeah, it's just opening statement.
It'll be
Yeah.
it'll be the opening statement.
And I will say
opening
this
statements,
before they
and
give
then
it. Before
Sakazuki will make his opening statement, and then we'll go through from the pieces of evidence. So you provide a piece of evidence, and then we'll talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, and midway through, Arrow's probably gonna join for the prosecution. So yeah, I'm just saying, making that clear now. And yeah,
Is that
I'm gonna move
anybody else
down
wants to
now.
defend?
Yeah, is there anybody that you have to help you out defending, Mr.
No,
Foka?
just myself will be fine.
Okay, cool. So,
Okay. I'm gonna move down.
Darius, Villain, who is giving the evidence first?
Evidence?
Opening statement. Chill. I was reading the evidence chat. Who's giving the opening statements first? Who knows to give it to?
I can start, and then if
Okay,
Darius
go on.
has something to add, then he can go ahead after me.
Sounds good.
I think it's just as basic as this, right? Omuar, he's either a pedophile. At best, he's just a fucking weirdo. This case has been going on. We can trace evidence from back in November, right? And this evidence even involves me, where I've had to press this dude and even get him to admit that he's interested in hentai or whatever, depicting young teens verbatim is what I've said, right? And he agreed that he does take interest in these things, right? So it's not a new type of thing, right? Of course, even now, if we take it to this year, right? March, which is very recent evidence, he's expressed that, how do I put it? Darius basically told him, right? He was also pressing him, where he was he said verbatim, apathy towards pedophiles isn't normal. And Omar's response was just straight up something along the lines of I don't live a life of morality, right? So we have this basic, we have this consistency where he doesn't outright denounce pedophilia or something. He kind of tries to defend. He takes this weird stance where it's he doesn't want to admit anything wrong or whatever. And even after we've presented all this, right, we've gotten to admit most of it. Even Kai, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Kai, but he's gotten to admit most of it, right, in a call, which we have. And after that, not only did he try to evade any responsibility, but he basically said that it was all based on bias, that it was all just some type of plot where we all wanted him to take him down or bash his character or something, which is blatantly not the case. All of our claims are backed up with facts and screenshots that date back to last year. Darius, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I do want to say, because you didn't mention that he has posted child pornography in the past, and that he does currently possess it right now.
That as well.
Are you done? All right.
That's
So, are you done?
Yep.
That's the opening statement of the prosecutors. Sakazuki, the defender, will now give his opening statement.
Okay, so I'd like to start with, I have something I want to present right after this opening statement that I believe will just completely stop this trial before we even need to provide any evidence. But before I get to that, essentially everything that they just said, via the statements or the child pornography or the hentai, all these things, and if you notice, the main thing they said is that this thing, they believe it depicts children or portrays children. It's just their interpretation. They didn't look into any of these websites. They didn't look into what these websites actually say about these characters and what they're actually portraying them as in these hentai, as opposed to how they are in the actual series in their ages. On top of that, a lot of this just seems like a witch hunt with the stuff that me and Omar have collected upon Villain here and Darius. We literally have screenshots of Villain himself making jokes about little boys. That type of stuff, right? It just seems like a lot of hypocrisy of them making someone out to be a pedophile based off of something they believe to be dark humor, when they themselves do that same thing. And it just seems like a lot of hypocrisy and just a witch hunt in general. That's basically what my opening statement will be. But true, there's something else I basically want to add that will require me to post evidence that will basically stop the trial where it is like right now.
Hold on, can I address
Okay.
that little
So,
boy?
before you start answering,
I haven't presented any scan. You don't need to address anything.
So, so those are the two opening statements from both sides, and the defendant wants to produce some evidence. So I will allow that piece of evidence to be entered into the court. So
Sure.
Sakazuki, can you?
All right.
produce that piece of
So
evidence?
I will begin this whole thing with this scan. It was DMs between, first of all, me and True. I believe you'll recall this, True, is when I asked you whether the defendant, right, will get the rights of court, essentially due process, right? Let me send this in evidence. And I asked you, I basically asked you, will he get his rights? And you said, sure, right? This is you, right?
Yep.
All right. So, according to due process, right? According to a court case of Washington versus Texas in 1967, a defendant should have access to both witness and evidence. Correct? Now, I can send the link for this website as well. Within this, a defendant should have their right to access evidence to build a surmountable defense against said evidence. Now, what we have here is Darius and Villain, like they said, have screenshots back to November, right? That are supposedly proving that Omuar is a pedophile. But this many screenshots or whatever the hell they have, there's no way for us as a defense to make a necessary defense when we don't even know what the hell they're presenting. So when the judge, right, who we have agreed is essentially the king of this VC, the VC of this trial, agreeing that our defendant should get fair trial and due process, right? Then due to due process, this trial should not allow them to present any evidence because like the scan I am about to send you, when I asked Kira Kane and Ace for evidence, for the evidence that they are using in this trial so I can build a defense, they both said, I don't know, and that he cannot. Ace sent the flock sticker. I'll send both of these in chat right here.
Okay.
Let me get these.
Hey, stop that shit. Delete that shit, nigga.
I mean, hold on. Is that even like?
Wait, stop. Let him finish.
Because this raises like a bunch of questions.
This is the one with Ace.
Obviously, this is a point of course against the judge, so the judge will respond once this has been completed.
And then so in the first one, as you can see, Ace just sends the flock emoji. There's just, and then in the second one, I asked Kirakai for the evidence. He says he doesn't have them. So once again, there was no way for us as a defense to actually give Omuar a fair defense, and he via his rights of due process is just completely violated. So therefore, there's no point for this trial to continue.
So Sakazuki, as you said, this is so what you are doing right now is you're bringing the law, the United States law, because that would be a United States court case, correct?
A United States court case, yeah. That's fine.
So this is a United States court case. This is a True's court case. So I decide what is a due process.
Is that what you're gonna say? All right,
Thank
cool.
you.
Okay, no.
Wait, don't do that.
Just speaking.
No, Villain, you don't need to speak. It's between me and True right now.
Let me finish. Okay.
Yeah.
So you never asked me what the due process was or anything. You didn't ask me to define any of these processes.
All right.
So I will not be going on and if you ask me what is my definitions are whatever I feel like at the time. Okay.
Whatever you feel like at the time. Okay. So then I'll ask you this, True. Right. So I'll ask you this. This is a yes or no question, right? So do you believe he has the right to see evidence and access to witnesses?
Once it's presented by the prosecutors, of course.
All right. So then I'll ask you this, right? Yeah. So yes or no, are you trying to give Omuar a fair trial?
Yes, I believe that would be fair because if the scans include him, that means he would also
wait. No, that's not what I asked you.
Don't interrupt me. Okay, so don't interrupt me when I'm talking. So if the scans include him, that means he is partook in those actions, so he knows the existence of these actions. If those scans are fake, then obviously you would say that they are fake, right? And if they are fake, then obviously they would not be included in the court. So he has access to every single piece of evidence because he was part of it. Okay, so that's how we're going to continue from the court case. Don't interrupt me. You're muted because you're trying to interrupt me. Don't do that. I'm going to unmute you now, right? And then you can try to argue against them being allowed to put the evidence in. But based on the court rules that I've defined, because this is my court, they will be allowed to do that. Go on.
Really quick, I just want to ask one question.
Okay, go on.
Can I not address what he just said to me? Okay.
So,
cool.
I haven't.
The prosecutor interjected. So, what do you want to
It's just a question. I'm not going to make a point. So, you had mentioned that like we can use evidence where Omuar is a part of the screenshot, correct?
Yes, I believe.
Are we limited to only that? Because we also have evidence where, like, let's say, for example, Omuar is using like Reddit, right? And Reddit has their own like terms of service, which Omuar has access to. Can we also use that as evidence?
Is that his account on Reddit? Is he doing something on Reddit?
It's just like a hypothetical, right? So, like, assuming that would be the case, Omuar has access to like the terms of service, and as do we.
Yes. If he's a Reddit user, he would have access to the terms of service of Reddit. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was my question. Thank you.
Okay, so then Sakazuki, what is your response?
All right, so I want to continue on the topic. Sure, you can say these are like quote unquote your rules. So basically, I want to ask you, so how is a defense, right? So you said yes, you do believe he should receive a fair trial, right? But under your interpretation of what someone's rights is in a trial varies on how you feel, is what you said. Right?
Yes.
So what I'm telling you is that as a defense, right, when we have evidence that in their own words spans from November to now, right?
Yes.
Just random evidence from now, they are saying even a Reddit account, right? If we are not aware of that evidence,
account was a hypothetical in that situation.
A hypothetical, right? But something like that, right? If on another platform that's not only just Discord,
okay,
how are we supposed to build a surmountable defense against said things when we have no knowledge of said thing? The reason
does your client have memory loss?
Does my client have memory loss? No, that presupposes. Can I finish?
No.
You asked me.
So if your client does not have memory loss, that means your client can remember the actions that they have taken. If the client can remember the actions that they've taken, then they should be able to defend those actions. So unless this is incorrect or fake, then they should be able to defend it. So I'll allow you to go back once more, back and forth once more on this. But if you want to continue arguing with the court, I will put you in contempt of court. Okay? So, go on.
This isn't me. Like I'll just answer what you're saying. So once again, right? Sure, he can have. You're saying that does he have memory loss or not? No, of course he doesn't have memory loss. But do you remember every action you've taken in your life?
Yes.
True?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. 100% of them. Yes.
And why is that? Can you go ahead and prove that?
Prove that in what case?
Like that you've remembered every action you've taken.
You want me to recite every single thing that I've done
since November. Since November, every action you've took.
No, I don't think I need to prove that. I don't think
So are you aware that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence?
Yes, but I'm not the one.
All right, so you made the extraordinary claim.
I'm not the one. You're not debating me. I'm not the one in trial here. So what I'm going to say. So what I'm going to say now, Sakazuki, you can continue to try to argue this point, but based on the laws of the court, this is how it's going to play. So I'm going to allow the prosecutors to apply their first pieces of evidence. If you want to try to defend against them, you can try to defend against that. If you do not want to try to defend that, you can allow that to pass through. So Darius of fake villain, sorry. Which one of you wants to present their evidence first? Which piece of evidence would you like to produce? We'll do this one at a time. So this will be Exhibit 2. Darius of villain, present a piece of evidence, and we'll continue from there.
I kind of want to start.
Bro, his name is fake villain. I don't know.
Just villain. There was something that you wanted to address earlier in the opening statement. I think you didn't get it out.
Oh yeah. The little boy's comment. So obviously he tries to like blame. Then this isn't like even part of the point. I just want to address
nothing of that has been presented. I don't know why you're trying to address something. He said to provide your first piece of evidence.
As I said, please provide your first piece of evidence, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Jesus Christ.
You want to elaborate on further points, but you can elaborate on them when the evidence is being provided to the court.
Okay. Villain, what do you want to start with? Which part?
Sure, we can start with like the screenshots from November. I think it's pretty damning evidence alone. And it also shows like this consistency was like I've said before in the opening statement, where this is not a new thing, right? It's been spanning since like last year.
You're talking about the stuff from Pog server, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you guys have the evidence so that we can?
Yeah, I just put it in there. I'm making sure we're talking about the same
Okay,
thing.
so this is this is evidence 2. Can you describe to me what this piece of evidence is?
Sure. So in this screenshot, right, obviously we can't show the full thing because there's child pornography on there. But
Mhm.
Omuar posted a picture of what he claims is a 12-year-old in their panties from fucking Rule 34, a porn website. That's the context. That's the screenshot.
So that's the initial screenshot.
Can I address that now?
And actually,
Okay.
I want to clarify that that's like I don't blame Darius at all for this, but that's not even the screenshot that I was referring to.
Oh,
Okay. So
Yeah,
It's
that's
one
a
at a
bad-
time. I don't give
that's-
a fuck.
that's-
Stop! Everyone, shut the fuck up.
That's
So,
that's
order in
just
the-
like
order
how
in the
bad
court,
the
stop.
situation is. So
Stop. The prosecutors, please get your shit together. If you are going to provide an evidence, make sure you can talk in DMs. Make sure you're providing the same piece of evidence so we can go on from there. We need this to be an organized court. So, is this? Are you trying to retract this piece of evidence from the court, or are you using this? Piece
no,
of
we can
evidence?
go. We can go with this evidence.
So you can go with this. So this is Exhibit A. Oh, well, this is Exhibit A for the prosecutors.
Mm-hmm.
So can you then describe this so that everyone in the jury understands what this is?
Right. So the context, this was said like in a not safe for work channel in a server named the Realist King. In a server by Realist King, he's in the call right now. I think we can get him. Would it be possible to get him like as
We
as a
can
witness?
we can bring witnesses up if required.
Okay, so yeah, we can have him after like this short statement. So yeah, the quick context. This was said in a not safe for work channel or whatever, as Darius said. These are I'm not too familiar with the verse, but this is like Killer Kill. They're like 15. Umar acknowledges that they're 15. This is after he had sent CP of that verse, and not only does he acknowledge that they are 15, but I think the person in the scan, he says, quote unquote, they are 15 and this person is 12, which is pretty much deductive evidence showing that he sent basically child pornography. And I think we can get, would it be possible to get Realist King as like a vouch, because it was his server, and I think he was the one that put up this evidence.
Okay, we can try to if you require the support for that, we can get that up. Who's Realist King? Which one? What is that? So I can pull him up. Oh, wait, Ace, pull him up if you know him. Do you know
Pull
Realist
up who?
King?
Pull up who? Sorry. Put your
Realist
hand up.
King.
Pull up your hand up, Realist King. Okira Kai's in here. That freaking leader is in here. The head of the prosecution. Wait, Realist. Where is this guy?
What's his name? Wait, hold up. Just add me with his name. It's
yeah.
Realist King. Is he in VC? It is. Okay. So Realist King, you've been so can you support that this piece of evidence was within the server's not safe for work?
Yeah. Within the server, it was like a picture of the main character within Kill la Kill, and Omar says like she's 15, and it was like her with like barely any clothes on at all, and then the other person that talks, his name is like Ark or something. He's like, isn't she like 15? And then like Omar then goes to claim like on how like their ages are BS, and then like as for evidence of like why ages are BS, he sends like this 12-year-old, and she had like the 12-year-old and like question has like large breast or whatever, and is like he just uses that as like evidence as like children in like anime have like mature proportions, I guess. But it
Okay.
did come from my server in like NSW chat.
Okay, no problem. So the Realist King will have you up here. Is that enough for the prosecutor? Would you like the defendant to try to defend against this point, or do you have anything else for this point specifically?
No, you can defend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you wish to ask the wait? Let me finish. Do you wish to ask the witness any questions? This is the
Who,
Realist
me?
King. Yes.
Yes, I do.
No. Sorry. Before the defendant, the prosecutor. Do you have any questions you wish to ask the Realist King?
Cool.
Hog, do you have anything personally against Omar? Or Omar, I'm sorry.
Omar?
Yeah.
Like, I really didn't have much against him until like him being like a pedophile. I viewed him as like a pedophile, and I don't really like that's it. But I feel like that view on him like doesn't really impact the decisions I'm saying right here.
So you'd have no reason to falsify evidence at all?
No. Everything I'm sending is in its entirety.
Thank you for that.
So, is the prosecutor done? Does the prosecutor rest the case for this point?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
So the defendant, you can then counter the evidence, and then at the end you can do a cross witness on the witness. Cross examination on
All
the
right.
witness.
So the first thing I'll say about the scan itself. So with the 15-year-old, that they're saying is a 15-year-old, it's just completely there. Like, so within the anime, like I stated in my opening statement, the anime has these people at a certain age. Yes. Now the site that he got these images from is called PixIV, which in these in their terms of service, as you can see here, they do not allow children to be depicted in their hentai or whatever the hell they make on their website. Because I don't personally go on this website, but what they use on this website are things of people not being depicted as children. So let's say someone in the anime is 15 years old, like he says in this screenshot. That does not mean that within this hentai, they are also 15. They are depicted as 18. Them saying that this is a 15-year-old in the actual image of the hentai is just completely their like own thought and like headcanon. It's not really anything in any way substantial at all. Now, for the 12-year-old, he didn't send porn of a 12-year-old. What he sent, let me get the image of what he sent. I have the screenshot.
Wait, hold on, wait. Before you send the image of this 12-year-old.
Whoa.
Wait.
Whoa.
So what I want you to do is I want you to DM so.
Don't
It's
DM it
not
to
porn.
me.
There's no nudity
let
in
me
it.
finish.
There is no nudity in it.
Wait, Sakuzuki, don't interrupt me. So what I want you to do is I want you to DM that shit to my partner Ace, and he will see if that's okay for the court to see, or if anyone else needs to see it.
Astaghfirullah.
So DM that to Ace first, and he'll say if it's okay for us to first. Because I don't want to,
I'm not going to answer that question. He just said it to me. I'm not going to answer that question. That is insane.
Is it okay for the court to see Ace?
Bro, DM it to True, bro. I'm not. No, bro. Get that shit out of my DMs. DM it to True. It's not like. It's someone in a swimsuit. They're technically fully covered.
They're fully covered. No, okay. That's not the point, because he didn't send this in a sexual context either. That's a whole different story.
Right?
Context. You can provide this evidence in court.
Yeah, just send it to the
anybody that looks in the evidence court. Your niggas are on trial next, by the way. So
yeah.
So I can send it.
Yeah. Please.
All right. So before. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So before. DMs too. All right. Cool. So once again, like I said previously, right? This context, if you can read what he says they are 15 and this person is 12. All he did by sending this image is pointing out the absurdity of how this author within this manga Kill Law Girls or whatever the fuck it is, right? That the absurdity of how these girls or women in this manga are portrayed. In no way was he making a sexual joke or anything about this actual girl. This is the picture he sent, but like I said, he was just pointing out the absurdity of how they are depicted within this manga, not making a sexual joke about said thing. There was unless this like prosecution can provide evidence of him making a sexual joke about this girl or whatever the fuck they want to do, they can go ahead and do that. He made no sexual joke within this screenshot they sent. And then, like I said previously, I'll restate what I said about the girls that are 15, right? That he's saying within the anime, sure they can be 15. Within the site, they are depicted as 18 via their terms of service. Now, I will now address this witness. At first, I'd like to ask proof of credibility. Like, just why is this guy credible? Like, in any way? Like, why is he not biased? Why is he like?
Okay, so the credibility is he was a witness within the server. Is that am I getting that correct? The prosecutors?
Yes.
He was a witness within the server, and the biasness that was also addressed by the prosecutors. They did ask if they did have any bias against the defendants. And he explained why he would not have any bias against the defendants.
So they're basically saying he has no bias, no evidence. All right. So, okay. So this is what I'll do. Hold up, let me get something real quick. There's a realist king. I'm getting some real quick. All right. So, as you can see in this image that I've sent in general chat, you have Realist King, this non-biased guy that's not trying to prosecute Omuar in any way, going into a server saying, "You are a pedophile!" 5 exclamation marks. I've been saying, bro, why y'all letting this child lover in here, right? So this quote-unquote non-biased guy going into a server, Night Sky, which isn't the Kira Kane server, another server, calling this guy a pedophile and saying he's a child lover. So, like I said, he is biased. He should be dismissed. He shouldn't be dismissed.
Sakazuki, did you listen to the witnesses' defense on why they are not biased?
You just said that.
Okay,
like
so because I don't like repeating things. So what the witness said when they came on the stand and were asked about their bias was, "Are you biased against Omuar, the defendant?" They said, "No, I had no problem with Omuar until I found out he was a pedophile." So,
all right. So now, if you're going, okay. So once again,
that was their claim.
True. So, okay. So now I'll go ahead and attack said claim. So now, if you are saying that you found out he's a pedophile, right? Like I said, what he sent prior in no way proves he's a pedophile. The idea that he is a pedophile holds no truth value whatsoever. So you didn't find out this thing for sure, right? This is just something that you believe to be the case that isn't true, right? That isn't confirmed to be true, right? That's why we're having a trial over it, right? It's not something that's objectively the case, but you're saying you are not biased when you're giving at this moment, right? At this moment of giving a testimony in court, you are not biased. But while you are giving this testimony, you are under the impression that you believe he is in fact a pedophile. So
Okay,
you're, like I said,
do you have any counter against this argument, the prosecutors?
Can you repeat that?
Oh my Jesus Christ!
Okay,
all right, so
Oh,
all right, so okay, so I'm gonna I don't want this to be a 7-hour. I don't want this to be a 7-hour trial because I want you to actually understand what listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and then
please,
be able to
both of
refute
you
it.
pay attention, bro.
Right? Because I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to repeat the same thing 7 times.
Go ahead.
You are saying that he was had no problem with Omuar up until he learned this thing, right? So that means he does have a problem now because he didn't, in his sentence, he said he doesn't have a problem before. So this guy that is apparently non-biased at the moment of giving this testimony has a problem with the guy he's giving a testimony against. That by definition would mean he is biased.
You done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the most important takeaway from this whole biasness thing, right? And Darius even mentioned that already, where it's like, it's more so the degree of biasness, where he asked Pog, it's like, do you have any sort of problem with Omuar to the point where you would falsify any type of evidence? And what Pog had said was no. Do you have any response?
Wait, you know what? I'll ask you to repeat that. Go ahead, repeat that.
Huh? Am I tripping?
Yeah, go ahead and repeat that.
Okay.
Just repeat it, bro.
The takeaway from this whole biasness point, and the reason why we brought up this biasness point, right, is just to push this notion that there's no level of biasness where we'd fake information, where we'd fake scans or anything of that sort, where we'd falsify evidence. That's the takeaway from it.
Okay, so what in the fucking non sequitur is that shit?
Just before your defendant Sakazuki, we actually have prosecutor Aero Lord of the First entered the courtroom. Are you here?
Boss music started playing.
I'm busy. I only saw this happen because Ace Snapchatted me. But I'm here. I'm presiding. I'm the shadow behind True.
No problem then. That is
Boogity
okay.
boogity.
So, defendant Sakazuki, can you please respond to that point?
All right, so that's just a complete non sequitur, right? So he is saying that since we are proving that he said that we brought up this bias point to prove that we won't falsify evidence. I just provided reasoning and evidence via their own their own statement that Realist King would in fact be biased at the moment of this testimony, and now he's saying that the fact that they brought this bias point up proves that they won't falsify evidence. What we're not talking about is the evidence at hand that they presented. We're talking about the testimony given by the witness and whether that is biased or not. So I'm going to give you another chance to address whether said testimony is biased or not.
No, I think we already addressed it. I think I already presented like the takeaway of it, like the reason why we would bring it up, right? I think even if you were to prove that like Realist King would be biased to some degree, I don't really think it matters. I think the evidence is just like true, I guess. More so in the sense that like there'd be no reason to falsify it, is what I mean.
Okay, so you just repeated yourself, right? You just said there's no reason to falsify the evidence. No one said your evidence. Okay,
hey, order in the call one at a time.
So once again, right? I will say this one more time for you. You presented this evidence or scan in which Omar says the question is, did the animators care? Anime ages are BS, and they are 15. This person is 12. I addressed the part where he's saying they are 15, in which he did send a hentai, right? And in which the site he got it from, the TOS, portrays said person as 18. Because in the site, it says that people that are under 18, there's nothing allowed to be depicted like that. So the most logical and simple conclusion would be that within these images, even if within the anime, these people are 15, within these images, they would be portrayed as their older selves. Now, once again, with the person that is 12, like I said, he was making no sexual comment about the 12-year-old. He was just pointing out the absurdity in the literal depiction of them within the manga that they come from. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that you falsified these messages. I already attacked these messages. I agreed that these messages are real. I'm just saying the interpretation and notion you are providing is completely false and just not correct. Right? Now, what I am doing is attacking the testimony Realist King gave and saying that his idea of this being pedophilic actions and that he sent this porn that is obviously a fucking child, right? This testimony is biased, right? And I'm saying it is biased via his own statement saying he didn't have a problem with Omar until this event occurred, therefore stating he has a problem with him now at the moment of giving the testimony. So during this testimony, he has a problem with Omar, therefore his testimony was biased and can be dismissed. Now, like I said prior, your scan that you sent, I'm not attacking it, and I'm not attacking the actual, like the scan's credibility within itself, just your interpretation of the scan itself. Now go ahead.
Okay. So here, just as the judge, you said that we can throw out evidence that is biased, based on what?
Based on what? So what I believe is when we're going off of testimonies, right? Mm-hmm. If we're going off based off someone's testimony, right? When we're giving an actual screenshot of proof of Omar saying something, right? That is something we know Omar said. Now, Realist King, right, this witness here, who is giving a testimony to this 66-man VC, right, in which they are believing what he says because they believe this man to be credible, right? All I am saying is this man, not thrown out, obviously, because it's already happened. I'm just saying it should be, in a way, disregarded by the audience because it is apparent that he is extremely biased via his own statement. And like I said, I've already attacked the scan that happened within his server and explained why this in no way entails pedophilia.
As the judge, what I'm saying here is that biased evidence is not incorrect. You are saying that he's biased, so he could be incorrect or could be misrepresenting some evidence. We would need some form of proof that he is misrepresenting what it is. Because if you can say, oh, this is not what happened, obviously then that would be thrown out. But if you are not providing evidence that counters what they're saying, because he said X, and we have the supporting evidence for X, but you're not saying not X, you are saying Y, right? So yours is not a counter to what they are saying. So do you have any?
True.
Don't interrupt me.
Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sakazuki, do you have anything that directly counters what they are saying? Not because you've already attacked the credibility of the witness. That is fine. That is now within the court. What I'm asking you now is, I need you to provide me a counter because we are going ad nauseum at this point. And if there's no new argument,
a counter to what point?
Hold on, I'm gonna step in here. So I've been informed that Kirakai and Darius are not able to talk, so they're performing a fusion dance. Thus, I am here. So my main thing is I've been listening for a bit. Yeah, I've been listening for a bit, and I hear this shit about like, well, it's not gonna be biased. I have a genuine question. I'm gonna unmute you too, just for a show of, you know, what's the word? Olive branch. Doesn't it? You don't think people are capable of breaking rules, correct, Sakazuki?
People are capable of breaking rules.
Yes.
They, depending within the context of what's happening, they should be able to, unless there's
I
some
mean,
like
that's just
limit upon them. If it's in a situation in which they are completely free to do their will, but there is like a certain rule, like they're not limited, like they're not held against their will to do something. Yeah, they can go ahead and break a rule
So rules are breakable
within certain contexts. Yes.
Okay. So if they're saying that, you know, if someone draws like a baby, like a fetus getting fucked, does that mean that by virtue of the rules, that person is automatically 18? Or would a reasonable person see that and be like, that is not 18, that's pedophilic, therefore I'm going to use the report button that's built in to report pedophilic things, right?
All right, so Arrow, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, so first of all, you're just trying to manipulate the audience once again, saying it's a fetus. You're just using something that's extremely hyperbole, right? I've seen the hentai myself that he sent. First of all, in no way,
Wait,
in no
Sakazuki,
way,
please
what?
stop. You are not attacking the merits of his argument. He
I
gave
am,
an
I am
Wait,
attacking
hold
the
on,
merits.
please.
True,
I didn't say
true.
he sent a
Wait, hold on,
fetus.
wait, don't do that. Please stop interrupting. Let me finish. I'm being chill. Let me finish. Stop interrupting me. So you're not attacking the merits of his argument, right? You're trying to debunk the example given. The example given doesn't matter. It is the merits of the argument itself. Please attack the merits of the argument. Go.
I was attacking the merits of the argument. So once again, like I said, first part of your argument is hyperbole. Second part of your argument about this.
Wait, I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm about to address the second part of his argument. There was two parts to his argument. Do you deny that? True. I have this on recording. We can go through the recording. There was two parts to his argument. You want to talk about that? No? Okay, cool. Now, the second part of your argument, saying that just because the TOS says this doesn't automatically make this not the case. No, I didn't say this objectively. Yes, 100%. This proves that this is definitely not a kid. No, I just said it makes it likely that the art presented in a site which prohibits the depiction of anyone under 18, right? When it's depicting someone from an anime, right, that within the animes below 18, then it is very likely to adhere by the TOS that this is now being depicted as over 18, which is likely. I'm not saying it's 100% the case, like you are claiming I did. No, that's not what I did. I said it's just likely.
Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to post an evidence, Omar admitting that it does look like a child.
So you're gonna bring it about the video? Yeah, cool. That shit's ass.
Yeah. So I'm in the middle of talking. I just let you talk uninterrupted. Just unserve mute him. I believe that Sakazuki can be an adult. I'm gonna unserve mute.
I'll unserve mute you. Errol presented evidence B. Everybody watch evidence B, and Errol will explain what this piece of evidence is.
So what Omar says in the video is that it looks like a child, and everybody who saw the picture was like, "Holy fuck, is that a child?" So multiple reasonable people saw that it was a child, and the person who posted it was like, "Yeah, that's probably they look like a kid." So the rule that he posted, it's likely that a lot of the art on the website follows the rules, but by your own admission, there are pieces of art that can get through and break the rules. It's not likely, but it's possible, right? And it's probable that he sent that sort of art in this instance because multiple people saw it, laid eyes on it, and he himself acknowledged that that looks like a fucking kid.
Can I address this?
Of course, absolutely.
All right, so cool. So great. So I'm hoping, since this is happening in a debate Discord, most of you understand possibilities. It's possible for fucking anything to happen. Sure, it's possible that this is a loop. This was like something that got through the TOS. But like he said, it is likely that it didn't. Now, to address your video here, where he apparently admits to it, we can go ahead. I'd also like to ask the judge if we can somehow like show this, like give like at least the timestamp. Can they provide the times, like the prosecutors provide the
timestamp
timestamp?
video, yeah.
The video is timestamped, so everybody should watch the video. It's in evidence.
Yeah.
Everyone go watch it. And then
You also
So,
misunderstood. You also misunderstood the first thing that I said.
So Arrow, yes or no? Did you just say that it is
I
possible?
said
but it's not likely.
I said that it's possible for things to get through, and the reason why it's probable that this is the case is because multiple people saw it and thought it was a child. So Sakazuki, I'm not talking to you disrespectfully. So just calm it down, because you're talking like you know what you're talking about, and what you said did not make fucking sense. I talked about probability. I said why it's probable that is the case, not possible that is the case. So just calm down. Nope. Calm down, because you're getting riled up and you're tripping over yourself. I said probability.
All right, so I'm getting riled. So you're saying I'm getting riled up? Yes, I'm gonna get riled up because you guys are obviously on a witch hunt here for Omar. That you're just grasping for
I'm
shit.
friends with
That's
Omar.
why so you're obviously a shit friend because you haven't really looked at the evidence.
I'm not a shit friend. I'm a good person.
I got introduced to this guy 2 days ago. Right, I've seen the evidence you guys have presented. I've seen the evidence that he sent me that you guys are gonna use against him. So the first thing I want to bring up, right? Within this whole thing of him being me getting riled up, is I'm gonna get this what's it called? This screenshot of one of these prosecutors here named Villain himself, not in November, not.
What does Villain have to do with me and you? You talked about non sequiturs earlier. This is a gigantic non sequitur. What the fuck?
Can I object?
Stop. We're gonna go one at a time. Okay.
Thanks.
So
Thank you.
I was gonna respond. Sorry, Valen, did you want to say something?
Right. I just want to stay on track. Right.
Is it relevant?
Errol sent Errol sent evidence. Can we look at the evidence, please?
Okay, so we will talk about the evidence. So we need to finish this initial point that they're both on right now, and then we'll move on to the evidence. Okay.
The non sequitur.
He's not on a point. He's crying because I said he got emotional. Who the fuck cares? I'm just saying, calm down. And this nigga's like, let me tell you ontologically why I'm not emotionally inebriated. Calm down. Just have a fucking, this isn't a witch hunt. When I found out these things about Omar, I said, damn, Omar, I don't want that to be the case. I fuck with Omar, and I can show you that in text. I don't want my friends to be fucking pedophiles. Are you on crack? That's what I'm saying. You niggas forget that there's people behind the fucking screen. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't want other niggas thinking it's okay to send underage bitches in chat. So other niggas shit don't get reported, and other niggas shit don't get fucked up, and people don't go around sending child porn. That's the thing. That's all I'm saying is don't send 15-year-old bitches in chat. And you're saying you're on a witch hunt. No! Don't send underage bitches. That's all I'm asking.
No, okay.
Matter of fact, let me just ask you one question.
Man.
No, wait. I just want to ask you one question, Sakazuki. Is yes or no? Am I unreasonable for wanting to get niggas who I think are sending child porn out of the community?
If you think that and you genuinely believe it, then no, you're not wrong.
Okay. So what I'm being told is this nigga sent bitches from Kill a Kill getting fucked. They're 15. And then he said, who cares if they're 15? It's art. There's a screenshot of that. So I don't understand where the manipulation is coming from. Niggas saw that shit and they were like, that's a kid. And then he was like,
okay,
what's that?
So they never sent any screenshot of him saying it's just art, so it's okay. First of all, that hasn't been sent.
I'll send it then.
Okay, I have a question, True. So, is this going to be a fair trial or not? Because they've gave 13 points. I'm going to address one. Every time I try to address it, you server view me and let them make another point.
Oh, okay. Once again, why are you screaming?
Because this shit's retarded and biased.
Okay, Sakuzuki, do you want to address the video evidence?
I want to address the 36 fucking points they made.
Which point? Name one point that you want to address, Sakuzuki.
So I want to first address the fucking the video that was presented.
Okay,
right?
what is your address of the
Okay,
video?
that's what he just asked you. If you just stopped yelling, you would have heard
I don't know.
off.
Yeah, he's being,
Okay, so
wait,
the video.
So what specific parts about the video, not anything else, just the video? Go. What's the problem with the video?
In the video, right? They ask him a question. They say there is this the porn in which there depicts a child, right? In their interpretation. Once again, their interpretation. They don't look at the US, they don't look at any of that shit. It's just their interpretation. They look at it, like Arrow said, a lot of people saw what it looks like, right? So then they thought it was a kid. And then now they're saying it's child porn. So they said you sent the porn. I mean, no, the image that depicted the child, right? That was already sent, Arrow. Okay, whatever.
Okay, so you did. That's what I'm saying. Stop yelling, bro, because you're not following them.
I am following.
Right, but you asked me for this. I said the kill girls. You said that.
Send me another piece of evidence. Another piece of evidence, like.
Stop, both of you. Okay, we'll just chill. We're not going to scream.
He just asked me for that.
Oh, sorry.
No, unmute Sakazuki. You just asked me for that.
Because
so why are you yelling at me?
Because this judge is enabling you to make 36 points.
Stop.
Okay, but you asked me. Okay,
because I'm
Sakazuki,
trying to
you're not following. No, Sakazuki, you're not following. You're too wrapped up. You keep talking about the crowd, bro. The crowd's getting to you, Sakazuki. You're not listening. Sakazuki, you're not listening. You're not listening, buddy. You're not listening. And in the effort to. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, so
crowd is getting to me.
Okay. So what you just said? You just asked me for that scan. So what are you yelling? What are you yelling at me for? You're saying 36. You said 36 points, but this isn't a new point.
You just asked. You
told me. No, listen. You're still not listening. When you're not talking and you're not listening. When your talking mouth is on, your listening ears aren't on. When you're talking mouth, it's a rhetorical question. If I kept talking, it's rhetorical. If I kept talking, it's rhetorical. Do you understand that? All that logic. You have a 4.48 GPA, but you don't understand a fucking rhetorical question? Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Okay, so once again,
all that fucking stuttering. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Arrow.
Nigga, I'm not trying to pack. I'm trying to get to a sentence. You won't stop talking. You won't stop talking, you man, baby bitch. You know you won't fucking get loud because your mom's gonna get into the fucking room. I'm trying to answer your question. You asked me for a fucking scan. You asked me for a scan and you were like, oh, no, Arrow, you stop him, you know, you fucking stupid ass, lame ass, fuck ass, bum ass nigga. Matter of fact, let me remind everybody who the fuck Sakazuki is. I banned this pussy ass nigga from my server. And this faggot ass, pussy ass, bitch ass nigga went on a fucking let me come back crusade and Noodles' server to come back in my good graces. You're my son, bitch. I'm the Primarch of the First Legion. You're a legionary, you pussy ass nigga. Tried to interpret the Codex and studies on me, nigga. I'm a Primarch. Fuck ass nigga. You smell like dog cheese and lame ass, one swipe deodorant looking ass nigga. Don't call my name, bitch. I'm your fucking father. Call me Lord of the First and I'll let you speak. Call me Lord of the First and I'll let you speak, pussy. Call me Lionel Johnson, Primarch of the First Legion. The number one born of the Dark Angels, you pussy ass nigga. I'm really finna get on your stupid ass. I'm in my basement. Nigga, I'll turn my light on right now. Y'all niggas know I got a crib. Please don't start doing this, nigga. Please don't start doing this.
This judge is letting him
speak. Yo, lame ass nigga. Stop trying to talk about the judge, this judge, that nigga. You derailed it, pussy.
He's still going.
You derailed it, faggot.
I didn't derail anything.
Call me Lord of the First and we can have a civil conversation.
All right, cool. We can go all night.
You're the one who started talking when I was talking. I told you to calm down. I told you to bring your microphone down. Who are you to tell me I need to calm down? Who am I?
Who are you?
Nigga, I'm the number one king down of this shit, nigga. You niggas are my son, Sakazuki. You got inspired to come in here by me.
No one is your son.
You went on a fucking penitence crusade, you pussy.
No
you
one
talking
is
about
your
who
son.
the fuck are you?
No, I didn't.
You went on a mission to get back in my good graces.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I
yes,
didn't.
you did.
Can I address that? Can I address that?
Arrow.
Can I address that?
Arrow.
Yeah, because Ace told me. Okay. Ace told me.
All right, stop, both of you. Okay, I let that go on for a little bit. Everyone got a little bit of joke. So you guys obviously have some personal issues with each other, right? We'll go back to the point. So So, Sakazuki, I muted both of you, so shut the fuck up. I wasn't. Wait, are you going to respond? So, type this out. Are you going to respond to what Arrow said about you personally, or are you going to respond to the Omuar situation? Actually, I'll just unmute you. Are you responding to the Omuar situation? Yes or no?
I'm gonna do both because you let him just go on for years.
So, listen, you were both.
No, you're just
I didn't
biased.
let anyone do
we
anything.
can debate about.
Nigga, I don't know why the fuck. I can just serve you. I don't need to debate. I don't know why you're acting like I need to debate you, retard. The fuck are you talking about? I can just serve and meet you. So, what I'm saying is, I let. Good one. Anyway, so I let both of you go. I didn't mute both of you. I didn't mute either of you. You guys went. You guys had a fucking little spat. Your marital spat. Now we'll get back to the Omuar situation. Are you willing to get back to the Omuar situation, or do you want to go after Arrow because you're mad? Are you going back to the Omuar situation? Wait, who fucking unmuted him? Sorry, go.
You're gonna
do you want to get back to the Omuar situation?
You let him speak for 10 minutes. You're gonna let me speak.
I let both of you speak. Did I mute you?
No,
nigga, stop. I don't know why you're trying to talk over me. So I let both of you speak. You were both unmuted. It wasn't one person was muted, so you can both speak. That's how fucking Discord works, right? If both people are unmuted, both people can speak. So I didn't let anyone do anything. I let both of you go, right? So you're not answering the question I asked. My question is, are you willing to get back to the Omuar situation? Yes or no? If I'm going to unmute you, if you say anything that's not yes or no, I'm going to server mute you again. Okay? Yes or no?
Can I answer with both?
So I said yes or no. I don't know why the fuck you say those two words are the only thing allowed to come out of your mouth. Yes or no?
Presuppose it's a false.
Okay, cool. So if the defendant is going to be a fucking retard, what we're going to have to do, the prosecutor is going to have to attack. And if the defendant doesn't want to get back to the situation, the defendant won't. So I will ask you one more time, defendant dickhead, do you want to get back to the defense of Omuar? Yes or no? I'm going to unmute you one more time. If you do not answer with a yes or no this last time, you're done. Right? And then I'll just allow the prosecutors to go with all their fucking evidence, you dumb fuck. Right? So I'm going to unmute you. If yes or no do not come out of your mouth, you're getting fucking server muted permanently. Okay? I'm about to give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Yes or no?
Yes, sure.
Okay, cool. There you go.
Now I can talk.
Yeah, so you can talk about the Omuar situation. Don't talk about Arrow.
So anything about the situation, correct? Anything about the situation?
No, not anything. Talk about the evidence you were talking about. You were trying to debunk the video, so you're debunked about the Omuar video specifically.
I have a question. I have a question before I get into that. It's not like gonna like start anything. I'm just asking a question about what can happen later on in this trial, right?
Okay, go on.
All right. So when we get to the end of this trial, right? If I'm able to prove you are biased, right, then this whole trial
I don't give a fuck about my bias.
With the new judge.
Who gives a shit?
Oh, so you don't care whether you're biased or not?
Listen,
and you're the judge?
That's completely irrelevant. Who gives a fuck?
Okay, I just want the audience to hear that the judge doesn't know or care whether he's biased or not.
That's not what the judge said.
Your Honor, Your Honor.
My bias does not matter. It depends on my actions within the debate. So if you
may I address the court?
Wait,
may I address the court?
Let me finish. So my biases does not matter. It's my actions. If you believe that my actions were incorrect, that I gave one person more time or not, I've been server muting both niggas, right? When you were unserver muted, both of you could talk. I don't know what the fuck you niggas are talking about. So Arrow, you can address the court. Go.
I would like to address the court. There are just certain things I like to say first, and I like to present. I think it's very clear, Mr. Your Honor, Mr. True Supreme Your Honor, not to glaze or anything. He just so clearly has a bias against me that having any sort of conversation becomes nearly impossible, right? Because he doesn't understand that the person who judges whether you're guilty or innocent is the crowd, right? Not true. True is the past judgment. He gives a sentence based on the judgment cast by his peers. So, Mr. Supreme Overlord, Supreme Judge, Jury, Supreme Judge, True. Would you not then therefore say, Your Honor, that it doesn't make sense? Mr. Judge, Supreme Your Honor, okay. This spamming in chat is not good towards the court. I would go as far as to say that he's showing contempt, Your Honor.
Is this contempt?
I think that he's disrespecting the court.
This decision this powerful. I think I would need the jury my fellow peers in the jury, you are all in VC. Do you believe this is contempt of the court? Do you
You see,
guys
Your
believe-
Honor, my client put it on God. He can't be wrong.
On Ja?
Oh,
You
shit.
should have said at the start.
it's
On
over.
Ja?
Oh, I
It's
know.
over.
Fuck, he got us.
Voila, he is finished.
Okay. Anyway, so Sakazuki, are you willing to get back to this point? Yes or no?
Let's hear it.
Okay. I'm gonna unmute you, and then we'll go back to the fucking video point. If you wanna talk about some other bullshit later on, we can always talk about some other bullshit later on. There's the video evidence, right? Destro, what do you want to speak about? No, I know that nigga's a troll. Anyway,
Kangen
go
has
on,
no good fucking
Sakazuki.
panels. Jesus Christ. Kangen is so ass.
So,
are
the,
you
the,
done?
the
Like
point
with
about the video. Go on, defend the point about the video.
the point about the video? It's just simple.
Yeah.
They asked him a loaded question that included their own interpretation, which he answered yes to. Which he was answering yes, he sent the image, not the fact the image depicted the kid. So it's just completely useless. It means nothing.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
well, Omar.
do you have a counter
Omar.
to that, Lord Arrow?
Omar,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that the picture looked like a kid? I see that you're in call, so just text it out.
He's saying that for some reason he can't speak. I don't know what happened. He said
speaking
that
for
he
him.
I'm sure you can
job or
type.
something. I don't know what happened to Omar.
He says no. He's talking to me in DMs
Why can you not talk to me? DM me, Omar.
Yeah, why don't you talk in general?
because he has no need to talk to you.
What the fuck?
What?
Nigga, I called him on the stand.
What do you mean he's here?
Ace, you said he can talk through me the entire time. You already said this. There's no need to continue this.
Can I
That's
make
not
a
the case.
suggestion really quick? If Omar has access to evidence, why can't he just type in evidence?
Yeah, he
There
does
we go.
have
He
access
just
to
said
it.
no.
I don't.
There we go.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. There you go.
So now we have two things, right? We have a video of Omar saying explicitly that there's some things that you cannot deny, and he doesn't. And it's not a loaded question, because a loaded question is something like, "Did you tell your mom you're gay?" That inherently means no matter which way you answer, yes or no, you're gay. But saying you sent what looks like a child in chat, you can just say fucking no. So it's not a loaded question.
It's not what you
Sakazuki.
asked. All right, go ahead and play it for the VC. You
Oh yeah, let's play it for the VC. Play it for the VC.
Wait, hold on. Can I?
Because I
live
know
stream
that's
this
what was
VC?
asked.
Can I live stream in this VC?
I don't know.
Hold on. Hey, actually, I'll just try. Fuck it. I'll pause this. Let me delete all my.
Here, let me see if I can turn up my shit.
One real quick, and then share screens. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Can niggas see?
Hold on.
I see.
Oh, am I streaming?
Yo, hello.
Yep.
Yo, I got word that
I'm
there was
70
bias.
straight.
There was a bias going on in the
No,
courtroom.
Sakazuki just
Yeah,
made
no,
a
listen,
private
he's been a
pussy.
stop.
Let's watch the video.
No.
Let's watch the video.
No, stop. I'm using everyone. I'm playing the video for the call. Watch the video. Jesus. Because I don't. Okay.
The things that like the people in my server, so Villain, Darius, we've all come to this like conclusion. There are some things that you cannot deny. You did send fake porn that portrayed somebody who looks childlike. That is certain. You did do that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then whether or not you were joking or not, most of us think you were joking, but you did go out of your way to defend defend yourself. And your defense was never really good. And that's actually what made it seem worse. That is also something that we keep bringing up. Are you going to deny that?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'll probably say it was a joke, but besides that.
Yeah, like even if it's a joke, like the fact that they're accusing you of like.
Okay, so we've all heard, we've all heard The evidence provided to the court.
Get him off.
Okay, so I'm gonna Sakazuki. I'm gonna just ask you that wait. Let me finish.
Judgment. I'm gonna address what was said. I don't care for what you're dumb at.
So I'm gonna ask you. I don't know why the fuck you keep doing that. I can just serve him, you retard. So I'm gonna ask you. You said this was a loaded question. What part of that is a loaded question? Go.
Bro, Ace, if Arrow keeps his perms, I keep mine.
I mean, sure, I can take Arrow's perms, I guess.
Yeah, just take Arrow's perms.
What the fuck? How the fuck did I get destripped? I've been sitting here server muted.
You're the owner of the server.
I'm not perma. I'm the one who's unmuting you first. If anything, what are you talking about? But fine. Matter of fact, fine. He can't take my perms because I'm the owner. But I don't understand what you're talking about. So fuck off, faggot. That really pissed me off, bitch. But I'm gonna go back to being server muted. That really pissed me off.
Wait, hold on, Ace. Listen, stop, Ace. Arrow has not been using his mods. I've been the one serving him.
Okay.
So you can check the audit log.
No, I know. I believe you guys.
So it's been me. So Sakazuki.
It's probably just like he. I don't think it was intentional that he was targeting Arrow. He probably just thought it was.
No, it was intentional. Obviously,
Arrow doesn't use his perms typically, Sakazuki, and if he does, then. I can just ask him to transfer me ownership until this is done, but he won't use it.
Listen, you can I don't know. He can't lie about using the things either because you can check.
Yeah, I can literally check.
You can just say no, I didn't do it, and then if he's lying, you can say okay. Sakazuki, you said this is a loaded question, and we've now all heard the video. What part of that is the loaded question?
All right, so once again, I'm going to address what you said prior, which you guys having a conversation about what I said or what I didn't say. I didn't say Arrow's using his perms. I'm just saying I want him to be stripped until then. What I'm saying, Ace, calm down, Ace, bro. Ace, I don't give a fuck because this shit is literally retarded, Ace. So what I was saying, why I DM'd you, why this is bias, right, is because literally Arrow went on rambling, attacking me personally for 30 fucking minutes. Right? Not to mention, he made about 7 or 8 fucking claims that I wasn't allowed addressing one fucking time. Right? And I remained server muted. I have it all that
time, nigga? Were you muted or could you speak? Could you speak during that time?
True, I have it on recording.
Could you speak during that time? True. Could you speak during that time? I don't know.
Stream it. Just stream the
recording. Because when I was saying let them go, right? But both of you were unmuted at that point.
True. Okay, so once again, right? Since you're the literal whatever, the king of this fucking VC, whatever the fuck you claim to be to feed your little Discord ego, right?
My ego is real big, yes.
Yeah, we know it is, you fucking little faggot.
Listen, of course, if you haven't spoken to me, my ego is huge. Go on.
Yeah, we know, retard. So now...
I know too. Why are you telling me shit I already know?
Okay, if you know it, there's no need for you to keep saying it. You sound retard.
This nigga lost some fucking IQ, bro. What are you talking about? What do you want now?
All right, so instead of server muting me, let me continue speaking. Very, very professional, Mr. Judge.
Okay, wait. Okay, so I'm gonna server mute them now. I'm gonna server mute them now. So Ace, that's what I mean, right? It's not a matter of one nigga trying. You see, he's just being extremely like I'm putting all the fucking. I'm gonna unserver mute them both. I'm putting all the theatrics and shit aside. It's not a matter of blah blah. True, just ask him a question to continue on and keep the thing fucking on track, the ball rolling, right? Yeah. And he says, "Well, how is that a loaded question?" And then he just goes back to, "Oh, it's biased. It's this, that, and the other." Fundamentally, at the end of the day, when I was yelling at him, he was yelling back. So it's not true being biased.
And what was I yelling at?
Shut the fuck up, you fat pussy. Get the recording there. Wait. I'm gonna server mute him.
Like, holy
shit. Get the recording. Please. We're gonna pause the whole thing. Get the recording and prove me wrong. Now you're unserver muted. Get the recording and prove me wrong. The next thing you better send better be the recording of you being server muted while I was going ballistic. Go ahead.
That's not what I'm
Get
saying.
It, pussy. Get it right now.
What I claimed.
Get it right now. Yeah, it is what you said. You said that he let me go on for 30 minutes. So what do you mean? So what do you mean? So what did you mean?
Mute yourself so I can address what you said.
No, pussy. What do you mean? What do you mean? Tell me right now what you mean, bitch.
What I meant, right? If you're gonna interrupt me, okay,
just
good.
Speak.
Once again, what I said is while you were screaming, right, attacking me personally. First of all, just saying shit that wasn't like even correct. Right?
Okay.
Once again, attacking me personally, I was saying let me address his points because you made multiple points prior to that, which I could not address. which I was trying to address, but instead you went on a fucking monologue attacking my character, right? That aren't even true.
All right, you
So that is
stupid
what I
fat
said.
baboon. I just let you fucking talk. The reason why I went on that tirade is because you asked me, Ace, he asked me for a scan. I present this scan.
Oh
He's
my
like, look at him,
lord.
True. Why is he still posting scans? He's making all these fucking points. That's why I went on a tirade, because he thinks he can yell at me over any little thing because the crowd
Wasn't
got to
yelling
his
at
head,
you.
and he
Was
thinks,
not
shut the
yelling
fuck up,
at
you
you.
fat lame
Holy
loser,
fuck.
before I tell your mom
You
that you're doing this
yelling,
instead of
oh
doing
my
your
god.
homework, you
Oh
fat
my,
fuck. Shut up,
you're
bitch.
my
I see you're another
homework.
fucking
Here we
Penny
go.
You're a high
Tuesday,
school
you lame
dropout and you
bastard
working
pussy.
for
Yeah,
minimum
bitch,
wage.
you don't have the
You work
stamina, bitch. Shut
minimum
the fuck
wage
up
as a
before I
grown
call
ass
your mom and
adult, you
slam
little
fuck her tight
faggot.
little pussy,
You
bitch.
work
I'll give you a
minimum
little
wage.
brother. I'll give you a
You
mixed
work
race little brother,
minimum
you stupid
wage.
fat fuck.
You work
Yeah,
minimum wage. You're a
minimum
waste of
wage,
fucking.
nigga.
You
I work
work.
3 hours a day. Your
You
parents
work
work
3 hours
9
a
to
day.
5. I
And they
know
make
I
more
make more
money than
money
your
than them.
family tree, you fat
Fundamentally, I
fuck.
have to make more
And
money
you do
than them
not make
based
more
on the
money
amount
than
of
my
numbers that we
parents.
work. If I
You do
work 3
not.
hours a
You
day
do not
and I'm
make
able
more
to
money than
afford
my
all the things,
parents.
all the
You do
weed, the
not make
cars,
more
and all
money
that
than my
other stupid
parents.
shit,
You don't make
how
more
is it the
money.
case
You
that I
don't
could be
make more
working
money.
minimum wage?
You
Tell me
don't
that.
make more money
Tell me
than
that.
my
Tell me that,
parents.
Sakazuki. Do the math for me if you're so smart.
Do what math?
Do the math. Tell me how I afford a car payment, my apartment, my dog, my weed, all of these things on minimum wage.
So
Tell me
where do
that
you
right
work?
now.
All right, where do you work at then?
I work at American Expediting. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know what that is.
So every couple of days a week, I'll make a trip to somewhere across the country, usually somewhere along the east or west coast of Florida, or I'll take a plane trip to California or New York. And each trip gets me about $600, $700 because it's on-demand medical delivery that you have to be trained to do and get it there within a certain amount of time. So if I do the math on this one, dumb fuck, if I make on average $400 per delivery and I'm doing 2 or 3 of those
a day
probably
or a week?
once every 2 or 3 days. Tell me how much money I make per hour if I'm doing 3 hours of work a day. Tell me
3
that.
hours of work a
You
day.
have a
Yeah,
4.48 GPA.
let's do the math. We'll do the math.
Yeah, let's do the math.
That's fine. So if you're saying every 3 days, right? So you're doing.
I said
doing
every
2 a
about
week.
2 or 3 days.
So you're doing 2 a week, right? Essentially. Essentially.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And
about
you
that.
and you said you make 300. We'll just assume that's true for now. You make 300.
I didn't say 300. I
So how
said
much
on
you make?
average 400. I can make as much as
So
600 or 700 on a high trip. And I said let's average it
600,
out let's average it out to a full hundo. Yeah.
400. All right, cool. So you say you make $8,400 a week.
Working about, let me see, 15 hours a week. Yeah.
No, not. Sorry, my bad. No. Sorry, my bad. I typed that in wrong. Sorry. So you
Yeah, because I do about 2 or 3. So let's say 3. So 1,200 per week, working 15 hours per week.
So you
Break
make.
that
So
down.
you're
How
making.
much is that?
So you're making $38 an hour.
Okay, is that minimum wage?
Is that minimum wage? No.
How much more? How many more times minimum wage is that? You dumb fuck.
3. You said you make more
3.
than my parents.
And let's
you said you make more than my parents.
What was your question? What was your question?
You said you make more than my parents, right?
Yeah, I make way more than your parents. How much do your parents make?
All right, cool. So my dad makes about $250,000 a year.
Show me all of his receipts, dumb fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you my dad's fucking.
Yeah, send me his dad's bank account. Do it, pussy.
Yeah, no one's.
My dad's the CEO of Microsoft. Show me, pussy.
No one's a CEO at Microsoft.
Show me.
He works as a software. He works as a software engineer for JP Morgan.
No, he works as a software. Show me. Just show me. Show me
I'm
anything.
not giving you anything else.
Just show me. So just take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do some.
Should I just take the word? Should I take your word for it? Like, I'm not gonna.
I can show you the receipts. Ask me for anything right now. I'll show you I'll show you anything. I'll show you the. Wait, Ace. Should I send him the video of me going through with the kidney at the airport on my way to California that I posted on my Snapchat story? Should I just post that?
I don't think that's necessary.
You don't think that's necessary for me to post one of the multiple videos that I took on the way to California on the airport to my Snapchat story? You don't think I should just do that? Because I can literally just go on my memories right now and do it.
I think it definitely would help you prove your point, but I don't think he's comfortable posting his dad's
Okay, so he's a bum who's just making shit up. That's what I'm saying. Nigga tried to say no, because this whole thing started because you thought you were a somebody. You thought just because I chill out on Discord, I make minimum wage. Nigga, are you? Excuse me? You know how much money I can make if I actually wanted to work a 9 to 5 like your lame fuck daddy?
I mean, you can call
Think
my
about
dad
that.
lame, but that like you
Think
can
about
keep
that.
saying all this
Think,
shit.
think, think
right?
about think about
You
if I
can say
just took
all this
7.
shit,
No,
right?
no. Sakazuki. Think about if I just took 7, or let me cut it down. Think I took 5 cross the countries for $600-$700 from Florida to California, and I just did that instead per week. Yeah, no. I know you're putting the numbers together. So you have to realize, nigga, you can't just be called. I'm him, nigga. I come and
You're
go.
not
I'm the Lord of the
anything.
First.
You're not anything.
Bumfuck.
You're not anything. All right. So
I'm not anything.
No.
Nigga, you can look up my name, Akai Smith. I was number 9 and 10th in the nation shot put in discus. National. I also wrote the city's award in Jacksonville for the essay when I was fucking 13 years old. You can look that up too. That's under my name too, pussy. What have you accomplished besides reading a book, bitch?
All right, so
I went
Arrow,
to
what's your
Stanton
name?
College
Arrow,
Prep. That's
Arrow.
the number 13 hardest school in the nation, bumblefuck. Look all that shit up. Akai Smith, AKYE SMITH. Go ahead, pussy.
I was there.
I'm just gonna
I'm
say
a
this.
Primark,
Sakazuki
bitch.
does not want to defend this nigga so bad he'll look up Arrow's fucking accomplishments.
I'm a
when he-
Primark, pussy. Look my shit up.
You said discus?
Yeah, shot put and discus. Yep, shot put and discus.
And you said top 10 in the nation?
Yeah, look up USATF and AAU. Look up circa 2012, 2013, 2014. I can also post pictures of me covered in my medals. Do you want that as well?
You said 2012 and
2012, 2013, 2014.
Damn, nigga. This nigga
I
knows
think
this.
2015 as well. All of those years I was in the top 10. You can go look
He's
that
an
up.
Olympian, bro.
Do you want me to post me covered in all my medals as well?
Oh, okay. I'm screen sharing for the VC.
Okay, look. Yeah, look my shit
there's
up.
absolutely fucking nothing on here.
I'll get it then.
There's a men's
You
basketball player.
spent his name wrong.
I'll
You
get it
spelled his
then.
name wrong. You
He
spelled his
said
name wrong.
He said KAI.
He said Akai.
That's
He
not
said
what I said.
Akai. He said
Akai?
Akai.
It's AKYE.
YE. Akai Smith.
Yep.
Okay, where? Where?
I can get it.
Where is it?
I'll get it for you, buddy.
Where is it?
I'll get it for you. You're not a real athlete, so of course you have trouble finding it. Not a big deal.
No, bro, he's pretty good at tennis.
So
Yeah,
Ace,
he
I'm just saying this.
he was a tennis player. My
Ace,
bad.
hold on. See
Yo.
how bad this nigga doesn't want to defend this point. He'd rather look up
I
Arrow's.
can defend it. You just never let me defend it. You
I
fucking
literally-
little bitch.
What?
Fucking rage about
Oh
me,
my
man. What
God.
are you fucking talking about? I literally said, do you want to defend this point? And you fucking fucking went to go fucking Arrow. Like, I don't want to hear what the fuck you're saying, nigga. I don't need to listen to you. You're fucking retarded. I literally said 15 fucking times. You stupid motherfucker. Do you want to go back to the point? And you said no. You dumb fucking retard. What fucking rage about me? Retard? So, like I said,
I was
nigga,
speaking
this
to
nigga-
the freaking to the
this
Sith,
nigga-
bro. Like,
this
what
nigga is,
was the point of that?
this nigga is retarded. He just doesn't want to fucking defend the points. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Are we done? Can we just like?
Oh
ask
shit, my
questions?
bad.
Can we just post our
Yeah,
evidence?
they don't go
I'm happy
back
to
all
go
the
back
way
to
to
that.
2014 and 2015, but here you go. Click that and put it up in general, and then Control F AKYE.
Yeah, true. Can we just post evidence, bro?
Wait, no, stop.
He's the one who wanted. He said I don't have any
accomplishments.
accomplishments.
Let them finish this. Once he looks
He's
this
right
up,
there.
we can go back to him defending the video.
Yeah, slinging that thing.
Yeah, so
Slinging that thing.
2018? 2018.
Yeah, that's
I thought you
school
said
records.
2014.
That's
What does
school,
that change?
bro.
I thought
Are
you
you
said
you
2014.
retarded? I said I couldn't go back that far, so I sent the earliest feed I could find, which is me being in the top 10 of the school records of all time across the years. That goes all the way back to 2012, and I'm bopping them niggas.
But your individual your individual school?
Yeah, from my individual school.
You said in the fucking nation.
I can't go back that far
That's
on
what I
AAU.
thought, pussy.
Listen, wait. This is how much of a pussy Sakazuki is. I've offered him 10 times. I'll show me him covered in the AAU medals, and he just ducks the question. Do you want that picture?
I don't care for your medals. You said you're top 10 in the nation.
What are you talking about?
Bro, you're not.
You said you're top 10 in the nation.
He's not real. He's
You said
not
you're
real.
top 10 in the nation.
He's not real.
You said you're top 10 in
Right,
the
so I'll
nation.
show you my medals.
Do your medals say you're top 10 in the nation?
My medals say AAU Nationals, and they're golden. That means I went to a prelim nationals and got in first place, which means I have to be at least top 15.
So there's only
15 I can get the medals.
So only 15 people go to nationals. Go ahead and prove all of them. Go ahead and prove every single claim you made. Go ahead.
What?
Sure.
Bro, can we just go back on?
No, he doesn't want to because he knows that nigga's dead to rights, bro. He knows, but I'll get it.
No, he's not.
No,
so
I'll
while
get it.
Arrow's getting that, while Arrow's
I'll
getting
get
that,
it.
while Arrow's
I'll get it.
Yo, while Arrow's getting that.
If you don't think he's dead, that's right. Why don't you just go back and defend your boy Omar?
You're not. I'm not doing it with you as judge. I'm gonna explain that.
Literally, who gives a fuck what Arrow did in the past?
True, so I can explain you why I'm not doing it.
Bro, nobody cares about any of this, bro. Please
okay,
go back.
Then Ace, let me explain to you. Ace, let me tell this faggot to shut the fuck up.
Go back to
defending retard True to shut the fuck up.
Bro, you're not gonna convince these niggas that he's a retard because all you've done is derail this fucking trial for 20 minutes because your ego is hurt, pussy.
My ego's not hurt, pussy.
It is hurt. You're fucking furious. You're furious at everybody right now.
I'm not furious.
You've been screaming this entire time.
Let me talk to Ace. Why won't you? If you're so confident,
let me talk to Ace, nigga.
You're so
finish the case.
Go back to defending Omar.
True, because I don't want you to judge. So Ace, once again, Ace, right? This same guy, True. When I asked him, you are obviously being biased here because he let fucking Arrow make so many fucking points that let me respond, right? I then said, are you biased? We've
already addressed this. He's already a fat retard. Ace, no one stopped him from talking.
He won't let me finish.
Ace, no one stopped him from talking.
Okay, Ace, just
no, because he's just derailing it. He's saying he kept getting stopped. No one stopped him. And we said produce the video. He can't produce it.
Like, he literally said he's recording. You can
They don't let me finish. They just never let me finish. You're seeing it.
Okay, so True wasn't the one who stopped you. We were both going at each other, true or false, and then he's server muted us both.
I literally. Hold on, wait. You can ask the niggas in general chat.
Ace, he server muted us both.
I'm gonna do this. Okay, wait. I'm gonna do this. Everyone in general, did True not say that he's gonna be biased?
He didn't say whether he's going to be biased. He said it doesn't matter whether I'm biased or not.
Okay, did he say that?
He said it doesn't matter whether he's biased or not.
Is irrelevant to the case.
Okay, did he say my bias is irrelevant to the case?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did, bro.
Which is true.
Okay, so the chat is saying that he did say that.
Yeah, I did say that. What's wrong with what I said?
Okay, so
you're the judge and your bias does not matter. Are you fucking retarded?
My judgment is what matters. If my judgment is correct, it doesn't matter whether it's biased or not. You fucking moron. What are you talking about?
Get him True.
So
he's just taking it out of context, right? So he said whether he's biased or not does not change the facts of something. So if he says I'm biased to thinking the sky is blue, how is that wrong?
Okay.
If he's biased towards thinking the sky, and he also didn't claim his bias towards either side. Sakazuki's under the impression that True is biased towards me because he mutes both of us. How the fuck that work?
Okay. Look at the message I just replied to. If that's what True said verbatim, then just keep going because what he said doesn't matter.
That's
not what he said. That's not what he
said.
That
is what he said.
No, I'm going into recording. Nope. We're
get the recording, then get it. We've already the recording is not a threat, but we've asked you for it multiple times. Get it.
Get it. Wait, I literally said that, and you literally agreed to that.
No. Wait, True. Chill. Get it. Everybody mute up. Everybody mute up. Get it.
Don't get it.
This is bad. This is very bad. Oh god. Hey, so why don't you judge? Because I had to go midway through to do something very important, but this shit happened, so
maybe think about it. This is some goated defense, bro. Nobody's thinking about Omuar right now.
He hasn't defended him. What do you mean?
No, bro, he's kind of right, bro. All eyes are off Omuar right now, bro.
Yeah, listen, actually, wait. Maybe that's the strat. If he makes himself look like a retard, everyone will forget Omuar.
Literally the strat.
12-year-old. That's crazy.
True. It's been 1 hour. It's been 1 hour. Like, holy shit! This is the strat,
Villain. How many times?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. He hasn't answered the question. He hasn't answered anything since I was like, rules are breakable. Yes, okay, so it's possible that this broke a rule. Yes, and it's probable the case that he broke a rule because everybody who saw it was like, this is a kid.
I'm not gonna lie. I fucked up the record. I'll just screen share this shit. You can only hear my voice.
My God.
You can
Can we
only hear
talk
my
about
voice.
this nigga's tabs, bro?
Okay, well, if we can only hear your voice, then I'd rather go with like the 20 people in general chat agreeing with what True said verbatim rather than you. I don't think that's unreasonable. So please just go back on
All right,
topic.
then I'll just debate him right now as to why he's biased. That's fine.
Oh my,
No,
bro.
we're on something,
Oh
bro.
my
Bro,
God.
pause. I'm gonna mute everybody. People are under the impression that this is just an event, right? Once again, I don't want a pedophile here, right? But I also like Omar. So if he's not a pedophile, I would like to know. So if anything, the one who wants Omar to be, if Omar is innocent, I would be happier than anything because that would mean to me, based off of my conversation with Kirakai and Villain, that it seems to be a misunderstanding, right? Of some socially awkward nigga posting something that he shouldn't have posted. But if you're just here saying, I'm going to debate True on whether or not he's biased or not, this nigga Omar is up in the air about whether or not niggas are going to call him a pedophile on this app and whether he has to fucking leave. So do you understand the reason that I think we need to get on track and stop doing this shit? I'm talking to both of you.
No. So I'm gonna explain why.
You don't understand.
What?
No, I'm gonna explain why. Let me explain why. Let me explain why. Villain, I don't give a fuck what you think. Villain, I don't care what you think. Villain, I'm gonna address Arrow's question. So, Arrow, the reason I say no, like you said, yes, Omar, do you agree, yes or no, that Omar comes on this app to have fun? Correct? Yes or no? Just ask me. Just answer that question.
Does he have fun? Yeah, of course.
He comes on the app.
Everybody does.
Okay, so then he's being accused of something that's serious, right? Being a pedophile, yes or no?
Correct.
And this trial is to figure out whether he's a pedophile. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes. What do you think
So
you're
then,
doing?
no,
You think
let
you're
me
cooking?
finish. Let me finish.
Let him land, Arrow. Let him do
Okay,
everything. Let him say everything he wants to say.
so, and yes or no, True has a large impact on how this trial goes.
No.
So the judge does not have a large impact on how this trial goes,
No,
Arrow.
he
Are you
does
being
not.
serious?
True's role is to server mute if one of us is getting out of hand. And when we got out of hand, we went at it for us. And when we went at it for a while, he muted both of us. And then when we kept going, and when you were talking, he would keep me server muted and vice versa. And then after the audience votes, that's when True decides what happens after the case. True is not the jury. The one that is most important to deciding what is Omar's fate is the people who are going to vote in the final poll.
All right, Arrow.
And
So
what you're doing right now is not convincing niggas in chat that this nigga is not a pedophile because there's been pieces of evidence posted that you just have not addressed. And I'm more than willing to completely mute myself while you address them, but that would just mean you can't debate True right now on whether or not he's biased.
So, like I said, first of all, you said that he's not the most important. Cool. I never claimed he's the most important. I just said he is important, right? So you said you agreed that he is making this decision when to mute someone, when to not mute someone, right? So I think we can all agree that being able to talk and voice your argument is important within a fucking trial. Now, if True, by his own discretion, right, is able to mute people and stop their ability to talk within the trial, if he is biased, then that ability that he has, he should not have it if he is biased. It's simple. It's as simple as that. So I should be able to debate on him whether he's biased or not.
So my bias.
True, I'm not talking to you. I'm trying to Arrow.
My ability to mute.
I'm not talking to you.
No,
I'm
listen.
just gonna
Whether I am biased or not, literally has nothing to do with who I serve and mute.
I'm addressing Arrow.
The only thing that matters is the server mute in it question incorrect or correct. That's all that matters.
I'm just gonna listen to
It's
Arrow.
whether that was correct or incorrect. Nothing else matters. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, so once again, you're not understanding. The longer that this takes, the more it's up in the air, and then the more the idea that this nigga's a pedophile is perpetuated. So it's a matter of time. Do you understand?
So so now your argument is that the longer I delay, the more people are going to think he is a pedophile.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. You've let evidence be presented, and it seems like you're constantly derailing to pivot away from it. I'm not saying that is what you're doing, but I'm not saying that is what you're doing. But to the onlooker, that is what it appears as, and the onlookers are who are going to vote on whether or not Omar's a pedophile.
So once again, okay, so Arrow, I'll say this, right? So sure, the onlookers, right? Some of them can think that, but I believe there are other onlookers who would believe that the judge of the trial being a biased individual would greatly alter how the trial runs.
Ooh.
So that
though,
statement can also your same reasoning can be used to support my logic as well.
Okay, well, we're not talking about hypotheticals. Do you feel as though True was unrightfully server muting one or the other? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, when? Because every time he server muted,
like I said, there's no way. There's literally like I can screen share the recording.
Just ask in chat. Ask in chat. Every time that he server muted, was it or what? No. Because you can't just try and you can't just say my recollection and then be like, this is the case. True is biased, therefore I can debate him. Why can't we take other people's recollection? Are you saying everybody else is a retard?
So okay, so True. I mean, not True. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, Destarosa is right. I can just show when he muted who by just showing the audit logs. Should we do that?
Why would audit logs prove? Because then that doesn't.
Because it shows when somebody was muted. So if he muted you, it'll show he muted me right after.
He muted you. I mean, like, I don't see how you'd know what we are saying, the content, what we're saying, whether it's relevant.
Because you said that I asked you the question, was he unrightfully muting people? And you said yes. And so that means that there are instances where you must have been muted where I was allowed to go crazy. Well, if we look at the audit logs, we could tell if that's true or false by seeing if he server muted one of us or server muted both of us.
No. So no, we can't because.
What?
Any evidence?
No one cares what you say. No one cares what you say.
Just ends up being
once again, right? No, I'm gonna address when someone. I don't care. I'm gonna address to the audience.
How are you gonna?
I'm gonna address to the audience then. I don't give a fuck. You're not speaking
to them.
I don't care.
Bro.
I'm not speaking to the audience. I'm not. So now the audience doesn't matter.
I didn't say that. But if you're speaking to somebody in hopes of convincing these people, then at least wait for him to come back so you can hear your argument.
Oh my God.
Or what? Do you want him to like telepathically understand? Like what?
This is so fucking retardedly fucking.
Yeah, I just wanted to add in audit logs there are.
And then this Kirakai little faggot is dropping evidence in general. Yeah, great fucking moderating, Ace. Good job, bro.
Bro, what do you want me to do?
They're dropping evidence in fucking general now. So once again, you're so good. You're so good at moderating.
Going to be taken in though.
Bro, I swear to God, I was throwing stuff out. Like my mom just came up to me and she was like,
you're saying I'm losing the debate? You say I'm losing the debate? There's a reason.
He said, "Give him Gen of Miracles." How is that? What?
Demi, there's a reason that they are all trying so hard to make it not go to a debate. Because I will drop every single one of these fuckers in this entire VC on their fucking neck in a debate. That is why I don't want it to happen.
Bro. Calm down. It's not that deep. Calm down.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, audit log.
Yeah, wait, go ahead, Villain. Go ahead.
Yeah, audit log has like time.
Don't say I don't know who the fuck you're speaking to. You play tennis. I don't give a fuck if I play tennis or not. I will still drop every single person on their neck.
That True had muted Arrow and let him go on for 10 minutes, and then he muted like Sakazuki or whatever, or like there was like a mismatch in like the timing or whatever. It would show up on logs.
Yeah, I know, but Arrow.
I know my Discord career is over. I don't care about a Discord career.
Why is he such a drama queen? That's my question.
No one's a drama queen. You're just on a witch hunt. You're your top fucking man. Your prosecutor Darius yesterday at 5:08 p.m. said, "I don't think we have enough evidence to prosecute him." Yet you're still here. Yet you're still here, pussy. Because you don't have evidence.
I thought he had no evidence. What happened?
And Ace, since they're sending evidence in general, I'm allowed sending evidence in general. So I'm gonna start sending evidence in general.
Retarded.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Cool. Thank you.
This Sakazuki is looking at 5 arrow flames right now. What the fuck is he?
He's going insane, bro. What the fuck?
My God, he's seeing like triple. What did Arrow do to this man, bro?
Bro, you good?
Wait, Sakazuki. How would you feel if you sent all of this just for the poll to be like 60 people vote?
Because I don't care what these people think. 'Cause it's pretty evident that a majority of this VC are just here to like have fun and do whatever the fuck they want. They're just here for this event to have fun.
Haven't said a single
Right?
thing.
I'm not talking to you, faggot. There's a reason I said majority. So once again, right?
I need you to calm
Ace,
down,
I've
bro.
explained this to you already, Ace. Right?
Yeah,
They're
I know.
They're accusing the guy of being a pedophile. Like I've said, I've talked to this guy for the past 2 days. He seems like an absolutely chill dude that they are trying to witch hunt for.
Okay, wait. Let me say this.
You've known him for 2 days, bro. I've known him from like a year and a half.
Arrow,
me and him go back to like weed server.
What you think, Arrow? God damn.
Why? Well, if you think knowing him for 2 days matters, why does knowing him for a year and a half not matter? You stupid fuck. Why are you so fucking aggressive? You not love
he's just
dog shit.
So
Every time someone says something, you have to snap back like a fucking chihuahua. You're not even thinking about what you're fucking saying anymore.
All right. So once
if
again,
you knowing him for 2 days matters, why does knowing him for a year and a half not matter?
You see why I wanted to address what he said?
No, explain it to me, bitch. Because you keep coming at me crazy, pussy. Explain it to me.
Now, okay, I'm local muting Arrow too.
No, I'm server muting him. He doesn't get to not engage me, bitch. I own this bitch. He's gonna have to engage me. Nah. He has me local muted. And tell him he's gonna have to engage me because he doesn't get to call me a bitch and then run off on the plug. Fuck no. Talk to me, pussy. Engage me with your 4.48 GPA. Someone tell him that. Someone tell him to speak.
All right, I still have both of them local muted. Now, Ace, as you can see
no,
here,
tell him to speak.
This is why I wanted to address Ace.
I'll say. Wait. Don't say anything. Wait, Sakazuki. Wait. Before you say what you're about to say, I promise that like I'll like make sure you can say what you're about to say. So like write it down so that you don't forget it. But address what Arrow. But just address what Arrow. Okay, bro. Why are you making this like so difficult?
I'm not. It's just pretty evidence being biased. I want to say what I wanted to say.
Okay. So this all started from you saying, "Oh, the judge said that the judge bias, whatever and whatnot." You understand that True has like no power on the verdict, right? Like he's basically just a glorified.
Did I claim anything about the verdict?
I'm just making sure you understand. I'm just making sure you understand, right? You know that, right?
So what I said.
Do you know that? Do you just answer my question, bro?
Know that he has no power. That he has no power on the verdict.
Yes.
No, I don't agree with that.
Why not?
What?
So his moderation capabilities allow him to have influence.
That shit don't matter because what he's saying is unprovable. He's saying there was wrongful server muting, and we said let's look at the audit log, and he said no.
I know. Arrow, I was about to get to that. Arrow, I was about to get to that.
Okay,
so there's like several things wrong with what you're saying, Sakazuki. For one, you went on to like the whole, I was wrongfully being server muted, I was being shotgunned, blah blah blah. We could check audio logs right now to see if there was any point in time where you alone were server muted while someone else was allowed to speak, and you were being shotgunned. Do you want to do that? Do you want to wait before you?
No, and can I explain why? Go
ahead. Why don't you?
Okay, so when you just look at audit log and see when each person was server muted, right? There's no way, first of all, for us to tell when someone was server muted for interrupting or when someone was server muted unjustly. Once again, right? There's no way for us to tell that. The audit log just tells you who was server muted and when the other person was server muted. There's no way for you to understand what they were saying and the reasoning for why they were muted. So therefore, the audit log will prove nothing.
Wait,
the audit log proves that we were both muted at the same time every time.
But
Ace, real quick, just so niggas in chat can see what I'm trying to do. Ask Sakazuki if he's willing to push all this personal shit aside so we can discuss the Omar stuff. I'm giving him the olive grants once again. Real quick, everybody in call, listen. Everybody in call, listen. Everybody in call, listen. Now ask Sakazuki if we can go over whether Omar is a pedophile or not and get that clear.
There's literally no. I'm not going to sit here allowing points that I can't address go through.
Sakazuki. Ignoring everything that's just transpired, all of this personal BS, all of this attacks on each other and everything.
There's no attacks on each other. I didn't insult him.
Yes, you did.
Until he literally.
Yes, you did. You did insult him. You did insult him.
Nope.
Are you saying that you didn't go on stream and say that like, oh yeah, you're broke, you go on minimum wage years? Are you saying none of that happened? Did I just dream that?
Okay, so once again, if you're
So you did insult
then
him.
I'll local mute you and just talk to the audience.
What?
So,
What?
Once again, Ace.
That's insane.
Ace, let me
He's
explain.
gonna mute absolutely
once again,
everybody that disagrees with
when
him.
this first
He's just not gonna
How do you
talk
just
when
dis
he's
it? What's
That's
wrong with
insane.
you?
He's muted everyone in PC.
No.
There's no way.
Nope.
He's actually
No.
talking to himself.
So Sakazuki.
There's no way.
I don't even know. I can't even communicate with him. None of us can communicate with him.
Bro,
Everybody.
I
don't even know what to say. I don't know how to communicate with bro.
I think we need a new public defender, bro.
Listen, I say we just ban him. Like if he's just refusing to converse.
Like we've wasted like almost 2 hours on this random shit.
Because let audience, let this be predicated upon the fact that Sakazuki was, anybody who's on the prosecution is gonna get fizz up. I'm gonna beat them niggas. So I don't understand this focus on not doing it. So
okay, so yeah, Arrow. So now that I unmuted you, I'm gonna address that. Right?
Yes, please. No, address the case. Address whether or not Omar's a pedophile. That's why we're here. This is not the Sakazuki show.
I don't understand.
Let me answer.
Talk about the evidence. Sakazuki, you know what? True. Stop. True. Stop. Sakazuki, listen to me. We can have a whole stage of us going back and forth about whether it was biased, blah blah blah. You can try me if you want to after this. But if you open your mouth, Sakazuki, if you open your mouth one more time about some shit that's not relevant to whether or not this nigga is a pedophile, you're not finna just let some nigga sit in a fucking limbo of whether or not niggas think he's a fucking pedo or not because of your ego. That's not gonna happen here. So I'm gonna give you one more chance. I haven't submuted you or anything. I'm talking to you like a fucking big boy. Can you do that? And you separate that and we do this shit. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Ace and his bias ass server. Get out.
Wait, when did he say that?
Omar, we're gonna get you another judge. Nobody call Omar anything until we get him another judge tomorrow.
We have
Sakazuki's not gonna do that, and he does not get to talk to Ace that way. Period.
I'm here, bro.
Yeah, whatever. Sakazuki's gone. He doesn't get to fucking talk to people like that. He's done.
That is like,
wait,
bro. You guys have to understand. Wait, no, Joe. So I spent like 15 minutes asking this nigga because that's when I kept muting him and say, "Listen, let's just get back to the point." Over and over again, he refused to do that. He did not want to do that. This is not anyone else's fault but him. I asked him for like 30 minutes straight. Do you want to get back to this point? He did not want to do that shit. So you can say whatever he wants. He did not want to defend his boy Omar. I won't say anything until the
answer.
Right. Well, Suckers Enders. That's Solo Legends, Demiurge, and Falker. What is your defense of this video?
The prosecution is prosecution is
no, we're not
Eli,
doing it right now. Give them some time.
Timmy, are you prosecution or are you defense?
Timmy is freaking Sakazuki's avatar, bro. Move Timmy down.
Don't associate me with him. Like, fuck it, I'll prosecute, bro. That's fine.
My God.
Yeah, well, this nigga's going to jail. But
yeah, he's dead. I don't know. Well,
okay, so yeah, all right, go.
Could somebody summarize what was said in the video?
We can play the video again instead, because I can just stream it again instead of it being.
So we're continuing right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Do you think it'd be faster to summarize or play?
It's faster to play, because I don't want to like summarize it and like.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Just play it.
So 1 second, I'm gonna put it up on my YouTube. Make sure I delete all my.
Yeah, really quick. Can we explain the context of the video?
Yeah.
Or more so like why this is relevant again?
Wait, actually, prosecutors, please explain why the video is relevant.
Yeah. Also, before you guys do all of this, please, everyone in the defense, be sure to be DMing Omuar.
What?
To DM him so that you guys can have some coordination and bullshit like we just saw doesn't happen again, please.
Yeah. So the reason why we're on this one is because the previous retard, defendant, he was saying some stuff about why the characters in the site or whatever get aged up to like 18 or whatever. But in this recording, we have Omuar acknowledging that these characters are portrayed as like childlike verbatim, and that's what we're on.
Okay, so I'm gonna play the video now. Hop in the stream if you want to listen.
There's
to the
also somebody else that wants to be defending that's coming in now.
Who?
Blonded.
Okay, hold up. Move everybody that isn't part of the prosecutor
Okay.
or the defenders down, so that there's too many people. I don't know who's who. So Darius and Villain are
Everyone up here, I'm pretty sure is
Eli.
Arrow said Eli, so
Eli, on me. Are you defending?
Yeah.
nah, this
Battle
guy
roar
ain't
quick.
real. He ain't real. He ain't
Quick,
real.
use battle roar quick.
He ain't real. Eli, I moved you down, bro.
Bro. Okay. So that's the prosecutor's case for this video. So
Right.
who are the defenders? So the defenders are Solo Legends, Forker,
Yep.
And
Demi, are you
Blonded.
defending or not?
Nah, he's a prosecutor. He's a
Okay.
prosecutor.
And King of NYC, is that you as well?
No, King of NYC isn't either. He
What is
isn't
he?
either.
What is
He was like the
Defense-
transcript, like you know those people who like type up the freaking.
Okay, he can type it up from down there. Put him down.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Are we sure that defense isn't like trolling?
Yeah, we
If
100%.
If I
that's
troll,
trolling,
just
we'll
ban me.
remove them. Yeah, but I don't know.
All
We'll
right.
just remove them.
Okay.
Yeah, I
and-
just want to
and-
make sure. I just want to make sure because I don't want to like tell niggas that it's like that it's gonna continue and just have like a bunch of fucking trolls.
Shut up, nigga. Play the video.
Shut the fuck up, Forza.
Bro,
Wait,
please go back
and-
to your typewriter. You shouldn't. You should be
Okay, yeah.
typing, not fucking speaking. Go.
There we go.
Yeah,
And
I just wanted
it's-
to make sure
and
that
the-
niggas weren't trolling up
and
here.
the
That's
guy
it.
in call called God, and the guy in call called God. Them three.
Who's
Forget
God?
Blonded. He's the final defendant.
God, can you speak up? Wait, bro, change your name. I don't want to call this nigga God.
That's his birth name. That's his birth name.
Yeah.
Are you defending as
we're
well?
Not, we're not. Yeah, we're not here to talk about me. We're just here to get this cleared up in a way that
okay, cool.
everybody.
W.
Okay, cool. So everyone's ready to watch the video. This is the video in context. I'm about to play it now. Everyone mute.
From the start, please.
Would agree is like it's bad. The things that like the people in my server, so Villain, Darius, we've all come to this like conclusion. There are some things that you cannot deny. You did send fate porn that portrayed somebody who looks childlike. That is certain. You did do that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then, whether or not you were joking or not, most of us think you were joking, but you did go out of your way to defend these, like, you defend yourself. And your defense was never really good. And that's actually what made it seem worse. That is also something that we keep bringing up. Are you going to deny that?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'll probably say it was a joke, but besides that.
Yeah, like even if it's a joke, like the fact that they're accusing you of like pedophilia and your like response is like, "Oh, I'm not bounded by morality" or whatever. It's not a good look, Omar. So even like in your like best case scenario, it just makes you seem very strange, and even then I don't think a lot of people are going to be comfortable speaking to you. Like I understand it could be dark humor, like people have that type of humor, you know, but that's just it's a pretty grave thing to joke about, especially to the point that it's deemed consistent.
Is that enough context, or do you require more of the video?
Oh no, that's completely fine. So I'm gonna just say this straight out of the way. When they were talking about his defense, how it being bad, I just want to make that clear that doesn't really matter, because him defending himself is only a natural thing. Him having a bad defense, I mean, that's not really anything relevant to what we're talking about here. So I just wanted to make that clear. Like, I want to know how bad it was, like how bad what he sent was. I don't want to see it, but just like, did we know how bad that was?
Just in the instance in the video, it was a younger boy hitting a fucking older woman from the back, essentially.
Why did you describe it like?
That's what it was, bro. He wanted to.
That's what it was, yeah.
The
Like-
younger guy. So do we not have any clarification on the age at all?
Okay, let me put it this way. I saw it. I brought attention to it and I was like, yo, this kid looks 12. And people were correcting me saying, no, that motherfucker looks like 8. And these are like sensible people, if that helps. So
Okay.
yeah,
I think the only way to find out like what. So there's two things I'm gonna say here. One involves intent, obviously, because that's one of the most important things here. And two, the fact that we don't know anything about the people in the drawing. Like, people will make drawings with people that look younger than they really are. I'm not saying that that's the case here, but without clarification on the actual age, there's no need to make assumptions like that. Now, you can make the assumption as you want via free will. That's completely fine. You can make the assumption that that's a 2-year-old. Now, that would make it even worse. I'm not saying that it's right to assume and then say it's true, or that it would be true instead of 2-year-old doing that. But without any clarification on the age or anything like that, then we can't really jump to assumptions like people are. So I hate to ask this, but Omar, do you have any like writing
No
saying
way.
the age of these characters?
Oh, brother.
I'm not asking for the picture, just like anything, because artists will sometimes do that for some reason.
I want to ask something. When you, if I can I?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. So when you say like let's say for example a character was 18 canonically and they're being portrayed like small or whatever, do you mean like a chibi version of that? Like how they do in Naruto for Sasuke? Is that what you mean?
Shibi? You mean like in Isekai Quartet and things like that?
Yeah, something like that. Because I want to clarify that that in like I saw the image that it's not like none of that, and you couldn't
No,
even
that's
tell.
not what I was meaning.
Go ahead.
As you guys all know, as extreme anime fans, there are also anime where characters can look younger than they really are, such as weird characters with stupid plots where they're like 354 and they look 12. I'm saying that, I'm not asserting that this is true, but without certainty, you can't just assume the age of something. So that's like saying that a dwarf walks on the street and they look like they're 5, but they're really 34.
And we're not really here to question like the contents of the video. Like we're supposed to be focused on Omar, right? And whether or not he is what he is accused of being, right? And some people make questionable jokes. Some people watch questionable content. Some people do things that we may not all agree with, right? But at the end of the day, that doesn't necessarily that's not a pure reflection of that person's actions. And yeah, we see people on the internet all the time try to make jokes that it's like maybe you shouldn't have made that joke, regardless if it's a joke that is dealing with somebody's race or telling someone to kill themselves, or even something that could be portrayed as, bro, is that a kid, or like the fuck is going on there, right? People share questionable things on the internet all the time, whether it be for laughs, whether it be or whatever else, right? And it's like when people make certain mistakes, I don't think it's fair to jump the gun and go that far, right? Because you guys are making some pretty hefty accusations. Like these aren't
life-changing things. These are things that can change your life. These are things that if you were actually taken to court for, at the age of 18, you would have to register yourself as a sex offender every single year. Do you know how embarrassing that would be? And how life-changing that would be? That's a felony too. That's 15 to 30 years in prison.
we know. Yeah, I think we preface this by saying that this isn't like a quote unquote jump the gun decision. I've already said this before. I don't think you guys were here for that, but we've told Umar to like, yo, don't go through with this, right? I think in the call, the reason why Kai called Umar is to just tell him like, yo, there are these certainties that people are gonna look. They're gonna look at you bad no matter what the context is, no matter what you say, what the defense is. So don't do it, right? So this whole defense, right? This is all Umar's idea. He went by his own will, right? Not only that, I also want to say that this isn't like a new thing. I've said this before. We have screenshots dating back to November, not just of me getting him to acknowledge that like he does post like young teens or like hentai of young teens. He has acknowledged that, but this is weird for me to admit, but Pog, right, one of the witnesses has sent me like the pictures that I did not ask for, right, and yeah, they're pretty damning. Like, and like it's not shit that I can send. That's what I'm saying. And like Pog, if Pog, like if you're in here, bro, please delete that shit on my DMs, bro, because it's sickening.
And you
I mean, do you mind if I chime in real quick though? I just want to add on to that. To add on to what you were saying, and to kind of give a slight retort to what was being said, it doesn't. If this is going back for months, what we're seeing is a documented pattern of pedophilic behavior. So even if you want to try to hide behind, well, we don't know their motivations or this, that, and the third, you could always try to like veil some like type of, oh well, you could be skeptical because you can't really see into his mind type shit. I don't think that really matters to the point that even if you try to say like on their side, they would have to bite the bullet and say, okay, you can't prove that he like definitely is like for certain a pedophile, but he has all of the behaviors of one. Like that's just kind of what I'm hearing.
Okay, so my problem with that.
Wait, sorry, one at a time. Sorry, who wants to respond to Demi's argument?
So let me get that. Just like so, because I understand what you're saying. Like he's displays all the behaviors, right? I think posting. I think there's levels of things. Like if somebody were to like throw a picture in here of like a 6-year-old, that's like okay, that's explicit. I think that's one thing, but like animation and obviously I haven't seen everything that's gone on like in the back. I don't know if we can say well he displays all the patterns, right? Because it's like is he going around fucking people? That would be a little more damning. And just like one question that I have is like so the purpose of this is to find an outcome that is desirable.
Oh wait, God, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Like
yeah, you like repeat that last sentence. You cut out a little bit.
Okay. So the desired outcome of this session is to find an outcome that would be desirable to the masses. Yes.
Well, I think that
I don't necessarily.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. The outcome of this is to try to find out what the case is, and then we will come up with a judgment based on what the case actually is.
It's to answer the question: is Omuar Kane a pedophile?
Right. Okay. I think I don't know if that's something that we'll be able to answer like on our own. So just like me proposing something, would it be fair, because I'm hearing that like Omar has been warned in the past, would it be fair to be like, all right bro, like benefit of the doubt to you, but like if you throw one more like scene of questionable content in, like it's a nuke for you type deal, that way to like put all of it to bed, and nobody gets hurt, no one has to jump to any conclusions, and it's like, bro, this is it, you've like one more time, and it's wrong.
That judgment would then be up to sort of what everyone believes, right? Because we still need to look through what he has done and then come to a conclusion on what that is.
I have a question real quick, Omar. Can you DM me how old you were?
Yeah. So if the conclusion we can come to at the end, we're still figuring out what is happening and what the case actually is. Yeah, I think you're skipping to the conclusion.
What?
Yeah,
can I respond to a couple of the points that were just raised real quick?
Go on. Yeah.
So, to what that individual had said, it seems as though the defense's main like strategy for attempting to sway the jury is just softballing everything that's going on. Even just with how they're describing it, it's just like, oh well, he has these behaviors, and it's just like, or trying to mention how, oh well, he's not fucking people. Even if we're talking about like the terms, because pedophile is a medical term, it doesn't necessitate that you are going to go ahead and act on those urges. It just means that you have these urges, predilections. It's called a paraphilic disorder. It's like a disorder with your sexual attraction, and so doesn't matter. Like even if you say he's actually out doing it, you're right. It is more damning, but that's just like case closed. There's nothing else you need to say in that case. But even then, with this, it seems as though the preponderance of evidence is on our side because we have a long history of this happening. And even then, it's not necessarily about like the age of the characters. If you want to say, oh well, they're actually 18, but they just look underage. Of course. Like, no, it's about what body you are attracted to, what types of bodies you're attracted to, essentially. And pedophilia is characterized by having an attraction to a underage body. Like,
that's also what I wanted to bring up. But before I even address like the fate scan, obviously I didn't see it, but to my knowledge, right, Omar is a heterosexual man, right? I don't believe he's gay in any way, right? So I don't think he's looking at the boy. I think he kind of like glanced over it when he's looking at the woman. But
sorry, no, stop. Falco, you can bring this point up, but Demi did make a point. Are you going to respond to Demi's point, or does anybody want to respond to Demi's point? And
Yeah,
Demi...
I want to correct him.
One at a time. Which one wants to go first?
I just want to correct him on something real quick. Pedophilia isn't being attracted to younger bodies. It's being attracted to prepubescent people in general. I mean, you're sort of right. I just wanted to make it actually correct. It's defined as it's characterized by sexual interest in prepubescent children or attempts to engage in sexual acts with prepubescent children.
Yeah, right. And to respond to what Demi said, as well as like the prepubescent body type, I've had teachers and instructors, and I've also seen people married to individuals who like, oh, this person's 30, 40, 50, and it's like, that's a prepubescent body type, right? And it's like, so I don't see society going around saying like, hey, yo, yeah, she's 40, but she looks like a 12-year-old, right? No one's put that out there. And then as far as like him having a history, like, bro, like, nigga, somebody in chat the other day said something about like having like something about a clock or like something with the kids, and I responded with the joke that I've heard, if their age is on the clock, they can get the cock, right? Obviously, like it's a joke, right? It's a joke. But if someone were to approach me and be like, hey man, you're gonna go have sex with the kids because you made that joke, it's like, nah, I heard the joke before, it was funny, right? Like, and there is certain types of humor, right? There's a dark humor, but like these jokes exist. I don't think somebody telling a joke is grounds to like say, hey, you're a pedophile. Like, I don't think you should do that to him. The same way people make a racist joke, that doesn't make that individual racist, right? Like, we have members in this server who throw some very crazy racial jokes, like some things that like some people would be like, that is too far over the line. But we kind of turn a blind eye to it because we're like, oh no, this individual, it's a joke, right? So people don't take it serious. And I think the same discretion should be awarded, bro, especially because if you're like, you guys are saying he's joking about it, and even in that video that you guys played, bro even admitted like, you're probably joking about this. Yeah, there's dark humor, and like not all comedy is received the same way. Like, the crazy thing about like people telling jokes, regardless if we agree with them or not, is it's up to the person who receives that joke to take it how they want to take it, right? So it's like, maybe bro should find a better audience for his jokes or find a better way to deliver. But I don't think him joking around, although it's a very sensitive and touchy subject and touchy topic, I don't think that that's the grounds to give him this stamp and this label, like, and like almost attempt to publicly shame, bro.
Yeah, I want to respond to that really quick. It's just a quick response.
Villain and
I don't really necessarily disagree with everything that you said. It's just more so that it just doesn't apply to Umar. That's essentially what it comes down to. Because like, although you did say that like, oh, the body type thing, there are like adults or like people don't really question like a 23-year-old who has like the body of like a 12-year-old or whatever. The thing is that in those scans, the mentality of like the characters and the images are just like not being accounted for. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's literally porn. You get what I'm saying? There's no dialogue in these images. There's nothing of the sort that displays any type of maturity that you'd get from like an IRL interaction, right? It's just, that's what it is. It's just like kid bodies, or like you could say young teen bodies, that are being exposed like sexually, or they're committing sexual acts. That's what we're talking about. Also, about the dark humor thing, that was specifically in like when, okay, so Umar had a chance to defend himself, to like address all of these claims in our server, and that's what the dark humor is referring to, right? Like he didn't send the fucking CP as like a joke. That wasn't the intent. Of course, we all know that he sent it in the not safe for work chat, right? And of course, it's very, very probable that you don't send like memes or like jokes in not safe for work. You send it to like jack off, right? Like material to jack off.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, it was in not safe for work, and we even had a witness for that to speak on it.
No, I
It was
mean
in
I
two
wasn't aware
servers.
that like
it
people
was in two
use the
servers.
NSF. Oh my bad. I wasn't aware that people use the NSFW chats to jack, like, because that is, I've been in a couple NSFW chats, but the intent was never like, oh, I'm gonna go eat to this. So like I wasn't aware that that's what you guys were doing with the NSFW chat.
I mean, that's not what I do. I mean, like, you know what I mean? But like, motherfuckers motherfuckers go in there to like get material, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The hub is free. Like,
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's porn. Motherfuckers do what they do with porn. Well, we can just leave it at that, bro.
Huh?
So the response it seems like even if you try to paint it as like this, oh, this is it's some type of dark humor or some type of joke type thing, the timeline of the events doesn't seem to support the idea that this is consistently some type of a joke, especially because from what the evidence that, as far as I understand, all the evidence that has been presented for the case seems to show that he was doing this for months, and it was somewhat recently when people were talking to him about that, about this. And even then, the other person, from what I understand, Omar didn't make that defense. It seemed as though the other person made that case for him, and Omar just kind of rolled with it. And so, even if we say that's his story and he's sticking with it, the timeline of the events still, that just adds to the preponderance of evidence leading to the idea that this man like has some weird predilections and some type of weird attraction towards it, especially given the fact that it wasn't even sent in. It wasn't like cropped for a meme or something. Like people use like hentai reactions all the time for like fucking memes. It wasn't anything like that. What we end up seeing is it's being posted in NSFW chat in a particular server where it seems as though that one is less memey, more like just more porn, just more horniness, just fucking more degeneracy type shit. And so that just doesn't really like, we just have a stronger case and just based off of the preponderance of evidence, because I mean we can't sit here and go off of direct certainty when we're talking about what goes on in someone's mind or things like that. Even if we're talking about how these things are diagnosed in a clinical setting, it is not based off of certainty, it is based off of like induction. And this is with the set of observations we have here, it seems as though this guy's being a fucking weirdo. And so another thing was about the whole point about there being like adults who like look kind of underage. That's just kind of like anecdotal. And even then, puberty hits people differently. So for some people, they may not like get that hourglass figure if they're a woman, or like that V taper if they're a guy. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're prepubescent. That's incredibly rare. So even if you want to appeal to that, there's so many like nuances in the situation that to each of these situations, if we were to try to go through all of these anecdotes, that we'd be here not only just for the next 2 days trying to go through all of these fucking things, but also
I
we
agree.
could potentially end up finding that there would be a lot of these people who potentially do have those. Like, say for example, if someone were to fuck Hezbollah, who actually like is a literal toddler physically, that it seems pretty damning right there. But if
I
someone
agree.
mentioned like bringing up a midget too, a bit of a difference there, because dwarfism, you don't even have the same proportions as someone non-afflicted by dwarfism, so that's just a moot point.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've definitely been in situations to where I've been attracted to somebody and find out, oh, you're how old? Because they don't look it. And then I've also seen someone like, I'm not talking to you, and then they're like, bro, I'm like 30 years old, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were 14. And then it's like you run into someone like, Akon situation, like, oh, 17, I thought you were 26, right? Because some people look different.
Yeah. So
No.
yeah. Does anyone want to respond to that?
No.
I'm sorry, I was cutting in and out for some of that. Could you?
Defendants, anyone?
What parts did you miss?
I missed when God was speaking.
Oh, I basically was saying I agree with what Demi said because I've been in situations and I've seen situations to where it's like I've spoken to someone and it's like, well, you're how old? Damn, you look like you were nigga damn near 30. And then I've been with other people who it's like I haven't given them the time of day and then they're like, bro, you know I'm like 28 and it's like, oh shit, I thought you were 13, right? Because yeah, so people go through life at different stages type deal. So agreeing with Demi.
Okay.
I don't really think there's much we can do. Again, as Demi said, they have way more evidence than we do have for a defense. I thought somebody said that Omar was like 16 earlier, but Omar is 20. So
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, sorry.
Really quick. When he asked that, I just want to say, like, his excuse for being tardy was that, like, he has a job, like, he has a literal job, so like, he's beyond competent, like, he knows what the fuck he's doing. He's not like some random team on Discord. That's all I wanted to say.
I wasn't here in the beginning, so I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't know that we should I don't know that we should use the fact that he has a job to.
Okay. Wait.
Why
Uma
you care,
DM'd
bro?
me, bro. Wait. Uma DM'd me saying, and I quote, "Ace, can we postpone this for another time? I need to give all my evidence to all the defendants," which I feel like is a very reasonable thing to ask. So,
I also feel like
anybody
Oh.
object? Anybody object?
I don't. I have one.
I do have something to say.
Okay, so before everyone else starts going, I'm going to say this. So we can definitely get more pieces of evidence, but from what we have seen here, is there anything that he has that can debunk what was said?
I mean, he probably does if he's asking for this. He wouldn't have just said it and wanted this.
Specifically. Does he have evidence that will debunk what is? Because obviously we can come to a conclusion on what we
He
have
said
so
he
far.
does, but he's at work.
He said
and
he
can't
does.
talk right now.
Yeah, he said he does.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah,
if he has evidence to debunk this, we can put a pin on this for now.
Court is adjourned. Court is adjourned.
Wait. Can I make one last debunk?
No, you can't do that now.
Wait, order in the call. Kirikai, what were you saying?
I won't be asserting anything like whether or not he is or isn't, but I was just gonna ask, like, did you guys ever explain why like this pedo allegation actually originated from?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll just explain that because I think that's probably important. It's not exactly the actions himself that like made him look bad. It's the action he took after. It's because he deleted every accusation and conversation about him potentially being a pedophile. That's what made him look bad in my server. He masqueraded multiple messages and conversations of people calling him out for it, having a conversation with him about being a pedophile. That's what originated him being a pedophile. Because like, oh damn, you look guilty. You're deleting the messages. You're deleting the accusations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what originated it. I just wanted to explain that.
I feel that it could be a scary thing when like you're just chilling or making jokes, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, "Hey, yo, we're about to build this against you," and the first thing you're just like, "Oh shit." I don't want to go through that. So then like your first instinct of self-defense is like, let me get rid of everything without realizing that like that could make you look even worse. Cause in that situation, it's already kind of a lose-lose. So I think that that's a reasonable response from somebody who's like, damn, I didn't think things were going to go that far. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove this content.
Look, that's fine. That's something that would be safe to assume normally. But Omar actually gave his own reasoning as to why he deleted it. And it wasn't because he felt, oh no, I'm about to get called out and exposed. No, he gave a completely different justification as to why he deleted it. His reasoning for deleting.
Before you continue on that, do you have evidence of this justification, or is there anyone else that can collaborate that?
I think Omar himself could vouch for it.
In a second.
But if it's necessary, I could also look for it.
I mean, seems a little bit strange that we would have the
guy
who's being
he's gonna
accused
say,
to vouch for himself, be a witness for himself.
Yeah. So what I'm going to say is, so this is obviously a new point about him deleting evidence. And
Oh,
if he says,
I wasn't. I wasn't trying to assert this as evidence. I was just trying to propose, not propose. I was trying to basically
No,
explain the
I
foundation from
understand,
where this,
but I believe that, you know, him deleting all the previous evidence or previous things would, you know, indicate something to the jury. So I do believe it is best if we allow that to be brought up as its own point later on. Kira. I'm just trying to be fair.
Yeah,
So
it just wasn't
advise
my
as usual.
I apologize. Yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like what Ace said or proposed is the best thing to just let everybody take a recess and gather all of their facts and get everything together.
Yeah, we can continue tomorrow.
Court is adjourned for now. You guys have got 15 minutes and we'll be back. So you got 15 minutes to gather evidence.
15 minutes?
Hell.
I'm memeing up. No, but yeah. We'll be free tomorrow. Wait, what time tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow.
Nigga,
No,
wait.
no. Let's
Ace,
get a
ask
time.
Omar when he doesn't work.
Let's just make a time that like works for Omar.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I've not got work tomorrow, so I'm
Bro.
sure.
Omar, when are you free tomorrow?
That boy finna pick 5 in the morning, bro.
Shut
5 in the morning. I'm awake. That's chilling. And that's like 11 o'clock for me, I assume, because it's probably US. Is this nigga from the US?
Omar?
Yeah.
Think so.
Oh, then